I am live. I think
Your content.
I've had too many videos of the R creators streams too many in a day, so I'm not sure about the alerts going
Hmm?
out. I've had too many alerts going out with the R creators, so that was my bad. I didn't think about that. There's like a maximum amount of live alerts that a site that YouTube will give generally in a day.
Oh,
Mm, that was my bad. But so this will be episode 9. Nice.
yeah, I think so.
Mm.
Are you still getting set up in GTA or whatever it is?
Yeah, I'm still getting set up. Um, it's more like I'm setting up the stream. Today
Oh, I
is
thought you
the
said you were
2nd of
live
May.
already.
I am live, but I
So,
am live, but I am also setting up the stream. I can't set up the stream prior to being live unless it's um, unless it's a pre-scheduled stream, and I can't guarantee that we'll always be here at. I can't guarantee that we'll always be here. Um, there we
we're like
go.
an airline. It'll be around 7.
Right? Black holes going with a GTA 5. That's kind of interesting. Now they've moved GTA 6 to May 26th. Did you know that?
Yeah, not
They gave
surprised.
they gave a date this time.
Yeah, 2026. I like how their shitty little statement. We're sorry that this is later than you expected.
Honestly, I'm surprised if it ever
That's
comes
that's
out.
just that's because you told us it would be in 2025. You stupid assholes.
Right, right.
So
They
it's not
they
like they're sorry that it's later than they wanted it to be.
they
I love
also
corporate
can't.
language like that. It's
Right.
like a version of legalese where they're like, we're not going to say what we're going to say how we think, but we're going to put it in a delicate manner.
Mhm. Well, the thing for me was that there are
Oh,
other.
we're sorry you were mistaken. This
I
was our
think
plan all along.
I think it was that other games put off their release for this because they didn't want to be overshadowed by GTA. And now GTA is like, psych, we're actually not releasing till next year. So there's that too.
I read some things about Take-Two has other games coming out in the fall this year.
What games did they
So
done
yeah,
it? Or, yeah.
I don't remember, but someone posted it. It's like, well, maybe GTA will be either advanced or delayed to kind of avoid these games. It's like I've seen movie companies do that, where it's like, movie company A wants to put out 4 movies this season, for example, but someone messed up and put the release dates too close together, so they end up moving one because they don't want to miss out on revenue.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, if we space them out enough, people will go see every single one. But if you put them all together, people won't be like, oh, I'm going to go to the movies every 2 days. It's like, no. Spread that shit out. So what happens when you own too many companies.
I don't know what Rockstar owns, so I don't know if they have
Well,
much
no,
to
but
do with
Take-Two
it.
owns Rockstar, so it's that kind of.
Oh, okay.
And I've worked, and I don't work in that industry, but I've worked for companies that are owned by much larger organizations that own multiple, and they can't get their fucking shit together to save their life. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Relatable though. Um,
I've seen children's birthday parties organized better than multi-billion-dollar international media companies organize their shit.
mhm. I am live, so why can't I get to that video and put my image there?
But yeah, I
Oh,
always
for
joked
reason.
GTA 6 in 2026 on the PlayStation 6. That's been my joke for like a year. It's never the beast, man. Come on, space. I want to scan stuff.
Okay, sorry. I'm just trying to still check things. Um, I'm trying to add the icon to the image.
Oh,
Hi, I'm here. There's no Illuminate on the Helldivers map, so I can't just have fun playing that tonight, unfortunately. I'd be too bad at
but
everything
there's
else.
no enemies in Helldivers right now.
There is, but not any that I would have fun playing with. None that I would be good at playing with. So no.
What do you mean you're not? What do you mean you're not good at fighting like the
The
Terminus? For
bots or
example?
the bugs, I'm not good at them. I find them frustrating and unenjoyable, so I wouldn't have a good time. Well, I'm not gonna go through that. It won't be long, and they'll bring the Illuminate back. Um, yeah, I can't seem to find the. It's not going live yet. As far as we're live, but we're not like I can't get the image changed for this video yet. As far as we're
We're
live,
alive, but we're not living. You know.
exactly, very much so. I don't know how this will affect it that I couldn't um that I couldn't
Like I don't know.
that I couldn't go
Let me know when we can talk about space.
anytime you want.
Yeah, well, you seem like you're busy doing shit, so that's kind of
I'm
off-putting
just
with the whole
well,
get
I'm
this
try
discussion started.
it takes time to set up the stream. I can't help it. It takes time. I was trying to put the icon in there, but
That's
I couldn't.
that's fine, but that's why I'm not going to do anything yet.
So the Illuminate are gone, Toru says for now. I mean, yeah, they'll bring them back, but they're gone still tonight. I mean, maybe they'll be back later tonight, but they're gone right now. And hello.
I think that's some Ministry of Truth false information. They
Yeah,
just can't
but
find them, so they'll be like, "Oh, they must be gone because we don't see them."
they've been gone for like days, and it's really annoying. Because like, I would have really liked to have played them. Hmm.
I think a sneak attack.
Yeah, hopefully they do. So we're going to talk about black holes tonight.
Yep.
I did watch some of the videos, and I didn't ask
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
the like the space time flip in a black hole is a pretty good video for that.
Hmm. They're resting because they're getting tired of getting smashed by Oh No, says Toru. I wish. I think it's just part of the gameplay, like you said, and they're just setting it up for the storyline. It's just kind of a bummer to not be able to fight them. Um, but I want to fight them. That's all. I'm gonna get a piece of gum.
Plot devices are invincible.
Uh huh. But it's
Plot
interesting.
plot devices are invincible.
Yeah, but it's interesting to have learned about somewhat about black holes to know that the impact of gravity on them, and to think about
What do you
them
mean?
going well in the video game how they keep going back and forth between calling it a wormhole, calling it a black hole, and when I was hoping that it would, that another hole would be created, and then the two black holes would meet. And there are supermassive black holes. There are mergings of black holes in real life. Apparently,
Yeah.
there were. So it's not that crazy of an idea for me to have hoped that.
No.
Hmm.
But like that article that I linked to, where it's like, oh, it's pretty nearby because it's 500 million light years away. It's like that is fucking mind-bogglingly far away,
Hmm.
even in like galactic scales.
It is. Hold, please. I have to
On
unplug
the
my
scale,
mic.
but on the scale of the universe, it's like, yeah, it's right next door.
There you go. Hold,
So it probably
please.
happens a lot.
Brad, I won't be able to broadcast you for one moment.
We're driving through a space tunnel.
I know that was annoying, but my mic my headset was crackling. I can hear you now. They can be very far away. You're right. So I'm gonna start saying I want a black holes in more forms than a hole. Like a triangle or a square would be cool, I guess. Toru. Toru, but a black hole is a circle, isn't it? Isn't it
I
always
wasn't
a
really saying
circle?
far away. I was saying the fact that like that one they detected
Hmm.
is really really far away because the like noise it's making is
Mm.
immense. So there's probably ones much closer that we can't detect yet because they're not that.
They're not that big. They're tiny, tiny
Yeah,
black holes. Uh, when Toru is saying she wants black holes in more forms, then a hole like a triangle or a square would be cool, I guess. Can black holes be in other forms other than a circle? I do believe most of them are circles, right? Except for the inside, we don't know whether that's spherical or something, right?
they're yeah they're presumed to be spheres. So we call it a black hole, but it's really like a black ball of
Must be scary seeing one in real life,
gravity.
says Toru. I don't think we can actually see it. We can only see it's the event horizon, right? Like
Yeah,
we
we
can't.
can't see it because everything you see is light being reflected off of it or light coming off of it.
It's
So
just
like
black space.
a light bulb or the sun, for example, is light literally coming out of that object and hitting your eyes, and that's how you see it. Pretty much every other object is light bouncing off of that, and you see it. And how it reflects and what gets absorbed and whatnot, that's how colors are determined and things like that.
And that's how we can tell that there's a black hole there too. It's like that you don't see it though. What is
Well,
it to do with the
you see
event horizon?
the lensing.
Mm,
So I don't know if you remember, series when you were in Elite Dangerous, you fly past a black hole and it will like warp.
hmm
You'll see basically behind slash around it, but it'll be all warped.
That's because things warp around the black hole though.
The light is
Time
literally
and
bending
space.
around the hole because of the crazy gravity of things.
Mm.
So that's how we can kind of look at it or tell where they are.
Doesn't everything bend around it because of gravity? Like time and space and everything, objects bend around them
Well, yeah,
because of
like
the mass of gravity.
we can see light going around it. We can't really see the space and time bending around.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm gonna turn you up. We're gonna turn Brad up. We're gonna
turn it up.
we're gonna turn me down. I think does it have to go towards the headphones?
It's like
There we go.
it's like Rick rolling almost.
Yeah, it just added to everything. I must pay attention to stuff when I go on space then seems dangerous, especially when you can't see it. Well, I think isn't it something like you'll know you're near a black hole because everything warps around it, right? You can go near one.
It's
I mean,
it's really hard to
depending
see
on.
visually. I mean, you can go near one, but you'll be pulled in by the gravity.
Hmm.
So, like either don't go near it, go by it really really fast. So it's kind of like you're too fast to fall in, kind of thing.
Mhm.
It's like a whirlpool in the water. If you're able to swim stronger than it's pulling you in, then you can escape. If you're swimming or in a watercraft or boat or something like that really, really fast, then you don't kind of get sucked in.
There you go. So it
It's
says
kind of
like,
like that.
oh, yep.
No, that's it.
No, no. So it said, I think the space travel will start with something with black holes. That's their theory. Huh. Oh, like
It's
the
quite a few-
idea. Yeah, the idea that we could, because of the time in there. I watched one of your the videos you recommended, and it did talk about how time travel could be inside the hole, because of the time having to do with, time dilation or whatever. But the fact is, because of the event horizon or whatever it is that's around the black hole that protects it from or contains it, that is probably keeping the stuff in that like time travel and saving our universe. The fact that there is that protection around the black hole. Is it the event horizon that protects us from the black hole, from what's inside it?
Well, the singularity, yes.
Yeah, the singularity.
But
And
I think
why do we
what
call
was it, I think it's the Kurzgesagt video that was like, hey, if we figure out how to take the event horizon off of a black hole, it'll
We'll
be this
destroy
naked
the
singularity
universe.
that breaks physics and makes weird shit possible.
Yeah, I watched that. And then I
Yeah.
saw that we use the word meridian singularity in GTA, in Helldivers. It's called the
Yeah.
meridian singularity sometimes when they're talking about the meridian black hole, meridian wormhole. So, thoughts on that?
I think it's interesting how that game does kind of have, it's almost like the story is told by the Ministry of Information, among other like agencies like that.
Right, right.
So everything they say could be
Double
not so
speak
much
wrong.
that is
Yeah.
not so much disinformation, but it's kind of like that's what they want you to believe and hear.
Yeah.
Or that's as much as they know from like an in-universe kind of perspective. They don't want to break the fourth wall, and the game designers be like, "Yeah, we totally know what this is, but it'll ruin the story."
Well, the thing I get now, I know we're going into theory for now, and we'll go into science as well, but the thing about the meridian singularity, now that I know a little bit more about singularity for black hole from watching one of the videos you sent me, is that if they wanted to stop the meridian singularity with some sort of siphon, right? What was it, the Penrose
Penrose
siphon? Or,
energy siphon. That's what it's
yeah,
called.
but you can't stop a singularity. You can't
could.
destroy a singularity. You can't.
You can't do it with conventional methods. There's like
How can
I
you
think
stop
I
a
think
singularity?
I think a different video was like, what if we nuke a black hole?
That would be bad, though.
Yes, because any
Energy
because the
contained
whole
within it.
the old school Einstein equation E equals mc squared is like mass and energy can kind of interpolate together. So any mass or energy you throw into it will just turn into energy or mass, which is that's all a black hole is. It's just
It's mass. Yeah.
mass. Yes, it's basically weight crammed into a tiny space. So you shoot lasers at it. It's like thanks, more please. So nuking it won't do anything.
It'll just make it
Slow
bigger.
it down. It won't shut it off. It won't make it smaller. Yes.
So
Throwing
it's
whole
just,
planets and suns and other black holes to it is not going to make it smaller or anything. It's going to make it
no, just
more,
it's feeding it.
make
It would feed it.
heavier. It'll make it heavier. Yes.
Yeah, it would feed it, as it says, feeding the black
So-
hole.
Yeah. So what you would need to do to like stop it would be some sort of I think it's an antimatter or some sort of negative
Wait.
like
I
some
watched
kind
a
of like
video,
negative
though.
gravity
I
thing.
watched a video, though, and it said that antimatter and matter are the same thing to this black hole. And you throw either in, it becomes the same thing. It doesn't matter what it is.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
just
that's
the
what I was
same-
trying to remember. I'm like, I don't remember
Yeah.
what it said.
No,
So yeah, you're
no.
right. Like,
Oh my gosh, I paid attention to class today.
antimatter has, so like, okay, so like a simplistic example of antimatter would be like electrons that orbit atomic nuclei are tiny, tiny particles with a mass. It's extremely tiny, and then a negative electric charge. So the antimatter version of that still has mass, and it's still very tiny, but it has a positive charge. So it's kind of like opposite matter in the sense of that. Or you could have
Still
something
do
with
the
like an
same thing.
opposite spin. So you would need something with a negative gravity or a negative mass, which is that kind of like implausible hypothetical material that we don't like. We can't. We can explain it in math, but we can't explain it in science. We can't make something that has negative mass. Because then we'd have flying cars by now. Flying cars when?
When? Never. I don't trust humans with flying cars. We can't even drive on the ground.
I mean,
No.
we have airplanes.
Yeah, and look how well
Big
that's
flying
working out.
cars. You know,
How's that working out?
working pretty good. Technically the safest mode of travel. So
There you go. Well, there you go. Just saying everybody having them? I don't know. I don't think it'd be still so great.
Only the right people should have flying cars.
No, I just don't think that
It was a fun
we
argument.
don't do well on the road in general. I don't think a bunch of flying vehicles would be great. Not right now, anyway. I don't think we're ready for that. I just don't think so. I don't
Not
want cars
ready.
falling on the sky on me. You know. It's kind of fun to see the Illuminate using it as a weapon of planetary destruction on Helldivers 2, says Toru. And the game refers to it as a meridian singularity when referring to it formally. Yeah, it is. I mean, but here's the thing. If the Illuminate is using it as a weapon, now that I get black holes a little bit better now, if it's supposed to be a weapon, you can't really use a black hole as a weapon because a black hole does its own thing. And it will just take what it... Right?
Well,
How
okay.
could you
So
use a black hole as a weapon?
it's kind of like a wrecking ball.
And came in like a wrecking ball.
Like you
Yeah,
take this
why would
massively
you do that?
destructive object and just smash it into stuff. It's totally going to kill whatever the fuck it hits. You fly a black hole into Earth, Earth is gone. Bye, everybody. Nice knowing you.
Why is it leaving fractured planets then? They goofed up with that because there shouldn't be anything left if the Meridian black hole...
Do they ever say how big the black hole is anywhere?
No, and that's the thing. It isn't
But
that
that might
big
be
if you
some
think
kind of,
about
like,
it.
But it might be some sort of like plot hole MacGuffin where it's like, oh, it's still small enough to leave debris behind, but it's big enough to destroy
Yeah,
planets.
because it is small enough to leave debris behind, so it isn't that big, now is it?
No, because the larger black hole would just consume everything.
Why haven't we destroyed it yet then?
Or that's a matter of kind
Matter,
of
get it?
plot,
Sorry.
plot device hand wavium where they're like, well, we know it should destroy everything, but we want to leave debris behind to show that it totally fucks some stuff up.
Yeah.
Maybe
I don't think
that.
it's big enough. We have a
matters
question
wasn't
from we have Funtime Claw says, is it possible to make a small black hole? Yeah, they exist. Tell us about that, Brad. Oh, make it? Yeah. Go on, please.
Tomatoes? But yeah, they have talked about, I don't remember, I think the term is like microscopic black holes. So far, I think they've talked about 4 distinct sizes, where supermassive is like, okay, there's one predicted to be in the center of almost every large galaxy, and that's kind of what keeps it all spiraling together.
Haven't they made a black hole though in a lab
No.
yet? A tiny black hole yet? No.
No.
Oh,
I think people were like, oh my god, if you start up the Large Hadron Collider in Switzerland, you're going to make black holes that's going to tear the Earth apart. And
they haven't.
That didn't happen.
Do you think you could?
Anti-scientific fear-mongering, that's what that shit was.
Aww.
You could with different technology, probably. I mean, a lot of science fiction is like, yeah, we do it all the time.
Oh.
Just like how you make nuclear reactions once you figure out nuclear physics. You need to figure out gravitational physics.
Gravity has everything to do with it.
We haven't done that yet.
I know, why not?
That's part of the whole... Because we haven't figured out the math to even begin to figure it out.
It always comes down to math.
Well, like a lot of physics and science is based on theoretical study. It's like, this is how it might work. It's only a theory. And then once you explain it well enough and figure it out, you're like, hey, we can build that now that we understand the math. You build prototypes of machines, nuclear reactors and stuff, and piles, and then they figured out nuclear power, and they're like, hey, if we just kind of turn this up to 11 and don't try to control it, it'll probably, like, nuke some shit. We can kind of use that, and they did. That's how they got nuclear weapons.
So we probably could do this. Yay! Cowboy says, now black holes, and Toru says, yeah, I mean, I think they may have lost tons of offensive tech after the last war, but still, they have knowledge about the space and everything, so if they use the resources they gather on human colonies, somehow use it to manipulate the black hole. Oh, you're talking about the game. Yeah, the Illuminati are probably smart enough. I mean, they're supposed to be a very advanced race, and I mean, they probably have figured out what they're doing with it to use it as a weapon. I think you're right. They could be using the black hole as a weapon, but I think that can also like backfire with our side trying to think we can stop it or something. I don't know, right?
Well, some of the weapons that Helldivers already has taken, like Illuminate technology and used it, right?
Yeah, we have a weapon called the Quasar, and I learned that that has something to do with black
Whoa, wait,
holes,
what?
by the way. Yeah, there's a Quasar cannon. There's a laser weapon. The only one I've really used, so it's good at
Is it?
taking down big weapons.
Uh,
It's energy based, like it loads up.
yeah,
But
is it like?
I learned about
Is it like a?
Quasar.
Is
What?
the quasar weapon like man portable, or is it like some giant like Death Star kind of thing?
No, it's you can hold it and it's big, but it's big.
Okay, so they're just using the quasar as like a name.
Yeah, but that's funny because Quasar came up in my black hole videos that I was watching.
Yes.
So can you tell me about that? Can you tell me about that?
Like quasars?
Yeah, having to do with the.
Quasars got their name as what's it? I think quasi interstellar object or something. They didn't know what they were when they
Yes.
first found them.
Yeah.
So quasars was basically, what the fuck is that? And then they
Oh.
studied them more, and it's actually active galactic nuclei, which is a fancy sciencey nerd word for black holes spewing out a bunch of shit.
Oh yeah. Wow, language.
So there's black
But
holes
yeah.
that are really hard to see because they're not eating anything. There's black holes like Interstellar's Gargantua, which has that crazy like firestorm going on around it, because it's literally accelerating matter to light speed and smashing it into pieces. That's why you can see all this stuff.
Yeah.
And there's ones even more powerful than that, which are at the center of galaxies, probably, and they're consuming so much matter that they basically like burp out big jets of energy because they're consuming so much matter they can't like do anything else with it. So they have to eject it at incredible speeds and energies.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw
Like
that.
it's like scary how powerful those things are because they're millions of light years away, and there's and the it's
And they
almost
can
like if you had
destroy
a
galaxies.
yeah, because if black holes are like whirlpools, this would be like a whirlpool with like a geyser shooting out of it because the water has nowhere to go.
Wow. I'm wondering if we'll just make the black hole worse. Meridian
So
singularity
if they
worse.
had ramped up that kind of quasar gun to be crazy giant,
Yeah, they won't.
I mean, it's like we talked about earlier, it's like if you point at the black hole, nothing would happen. You just feed the black hole more mass to eat.
Yeah, it just makes it bigger, yeah.
Our weapons are useless.
Yeah, basically. I don't know what. So why did we call it the Penrose siphon? I wonder. What were we thinking we could do? Siphon some of the matter or energy out of that, out of the singularity?
Maybe a lot of that kind of like science fiction-y weapons, even if it's fantastical technology that we can't explain, is kind of inferential in its naming. Like the Penrose Energy Triangle, like even, or not the Penrose Energy Triangle, the Penrose Energy Siphon. Like the reason I thought it was kind of clever is because a Penrose Triangle is an impossible object. It's just like an optical illusion. So right there,
So what's it meant to be?
and I think Penrose was a mathematician, which kind of did. Anyway, it's got its name through weird math, I think.
Oh,
So the fact that it's okay, named after like optical
impossible.
illusion math stuff, and then they call it an energy siphon. Like the literal meaning with that would be like it's drawing energy out of something.
yep.
So even right in its name, it's like it's some crazy thing that uses impossible math to draw energy out of stuff.
And it
And
failed.
how would you do that with a black hole? You would use negative mass or negative energy, which is literally like weird, crazy math that we can't explain, like at current levels,
Yep.
early 21st century. So
Um,
its name is literally crazy advanced math stuff to break black holes, maybe?
I don't know. It didn't work anyway. It failed.
It's- Seems like dopey.
Toru said, "Oh, by the way, there is a stratagem called orbital beam or something like that. I think there's a bigger quasar laser on the destroyer. I use the orbital base. I use the orbital beam as a stratagem. It's a laser beam. I get 3 of them. But I don't know if it's quasar. That must be on the first game. Maybe just a big fucking laser. Yeah, I have I use a big freaking laser beam,
Fucking
like as an
lasers.
orbital stratagem. Yeah. Well, I just found it interesting. I also learned I didn't get to watch all the videos, but I watched the one about how there's like a there was a The largest star, larger than anything, has a black hole in the center of it, or it did, like, because it's very old, right? But there is a massive star, larger than anything, that has a black hole in the center of it. And one day it will just like explode, right? But or it did already. I don't know. Do you know about that? Because like you sent me that link, and I was more curious about that still. Like, how did we?
I don't remember which. I know I sent a bunch of links. So I don't remember exactly which one that was. But
Well, do you remember, Kieran?
I think this current scientific theory is that any star larger than
Probably created galaxies.
like 10 times the size of the sun, so not even really that big. The sun's kind of like.
This one's like 10 billion or more. I don't know. It's really super, super, super.
But yeah, anyway, like it doesn't have to be that large, and it will probably create a black hole when it dies. So anything like a lot larger than that is just going to make a crazy huge black hole when it dies. Probably.
I also saw that black holes can die on their own. They eventually can die on their own, but it's like billions of years. Yeah, but it's like billions of years. So it kind of does go with the game in that, you know, when dark energy accumulating or decreasing, that kind of does still fit with Helldivers, because that's actually what black holes do. If they're not feeding, if they're not getting anything, they do just die out eventually. But it's like billions of years or something like that.
Yeah, I think that's what Hawking radiation is, because Stephen Hawking was part of figuring out how that worked. So yeah, if you just leave them alone and sitting in space, they will irradiate energy, and it will kind of take their energy away from them, and they'll eventually evaporate. And they'll
like billions of years from now. Kawaii says, for me, that bastards are the way to move mass over the universe. That things moves everything like a dust. Yeah, like black holes, don't they speculate that black holes could be part of how some, like there's one, wasn't, like, I don't know, what they've created, I don't know, something to do with the Milky Way, like every system has something like a black hole that must have created.
Every large galaxy probably has a supermassive black hole in the center.
There we go. Tell me what that's about, please, because I'm curious.
The Milky Way has its radio source because it emits energy in the radio spectrum. Mm-hmm. At least as far as we can tell from here, it probably emits other energies that we can't detect, or at least not yet. But yeah, Sagittarius A star is the.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, you can visit it in Elite. You just fly to the center of the galaxy and you can see it.
See, we should have gone there.
Lensing.
We should have gone there, man. You just kidding.
I don't know, or I don't recall if like every galaxy has a supermassive black hole at the center.
We're just speculating, right?
Well, most of the spiral ones do, because you can kind of see the spiral design and be like, okay, there's...
Like the Milky Way has.
Yes, so it's kind of like, okay, there's kind of a visually obvious center to that, but like dwarf galaxies, like the Large Magellanic Cloud, might not have one.
Large Magellanic.
So Magellan, when he was out discovering the rest of Earth, being Magellan, he discovered some dwarf galaxies which orbit the Milky Way, and we named them the Small Magellanic Cloud and the Large Magellanic Cloud. They're named after him. So they're two. And obviously, since they've been discovered hundreds of years ago, we've studied them with telescopes and stuff, and studied the area around the Milky Way. And so I think that the current estimation is that it was a galaxy that either the Milky Way just like collided with and consumed, or they were close enough to get kind of tidally ripped apart by the Milky Way's gravitational forces, and that's what's left over, these little tufts of galaxy, and they leave a trail that spirals around the Milky Way several times. So imagine like not to be morbid, but like in a car accident, there's like debris thrown all over the place. But imagine it in space where it's rotating all over, and that's kind of what we did to this smaller galaxy.
Oh.
But we can't seem to see a radio source like like Sagittarius A star there. So it either never had one,
Or it was sold long ago.
or it got consumed by our supermassive black hole, and kind of they just merged together.
That's what I remember, and I saw this in the video, but I remember hearing about this already before, is that eventually Andromeda and Milky Way are going to collide.
Yes, they're going towards each other. I think it's like, a couple million years in the future.
Very slowly. Like, we're not going to see it, but some people will see it happen. I mean, that'll be something. Right?
Yeah.
That's cool. I heard about that years ago, like a few years ago, I think. I don't remember when. But I don't know why they were telling us that as if to give us good news. Like,
look out, everybody!
In a couple million years.
It might be billions, I don't remember.
I know.
But yeah, it's not happening like on Saturday or anything like that.
That's too bad. That's a shame.
And it's kind of like a weird twofold. It's going to be kind of disruptive, to put it mildly. This is going to get thousands of planets and suns are going to get ejected from both galaxies just because the tidal interactions between gravity.
That'll put everything out of alignment, but then won't it? It won't destroy everything. Won't it just like shuffle everything around and make new orbits?
Yeah.
A new galaxy, a merged galaxy of some kind with whatever isn't destroyed by impacts or.
Well, so I think just by, maybe not by chance, but it's likely that there will be some collisions.
Yeah.
But because even in a galaxy, space is mostly empty stuff.
There's a chance things won't.
There's not going to. Well, like the gravity alone is going to send everything flying all over the place, and eventually it'll kind of gravity will bring it all back together.
Because gravity
to probably form like an elliptical galaxy, but in the meantime, stuff will either be smashing into each other, so you have, another solar system will fly through our solar system, and maybe something will hit other planets, but for the most part they won't, because space is mostly empty. But the gravity will. Hey, Earth isn't orbiting the sun anymore because it got flung somewhere else.
What would we end up orbiting? What if we ended up orbiting a separate sun that just flew right in? And
that could happen.
That'd be neat. And we're like, hey, a new sun.
We got adopted by a different star.
Yeah.
It's more likely
and
we
the
need to
sun's like, thank goodness I was so sick.
Away.
The other sun is like, thank goodness I was so sick of these guys. I was gonna die soon anyway. See you guys. Bye. Or that sun. Oh my gosh, there's so many exciting things that could happen with this merging of Andromeda and Milky Way. Sorry to go off topic. The idea. Oh, go on. The idea of merging holes, though, phrasing, I really didn't realize it really could be a total thing that could happen. Like, that wasn't me just being like whimsical. That's happened where black holes have merged and turned into supermassive ones. I'm curious about that, though.
There's been, like, computer simulations and animations that kind of... It's a mix between we guess this is what it looks like, and it's basically like CGI, or it's like some supercomputer was fed information, be like, what would this probably look like? So it's kind of like an educated guess. It's not...
We're not getting images yet of from telescope stuff yet, or
no, it's too far. It's too far away to visually see. But a lot of that stuff, even that, what was it, M87 was the galaxy, I think, where we actually like photographed, open quotes, the black hole at the center. A lot of that is not visual light. It's like radio spectroscopy that we can kind of interpret into, like, this is what it would look like with our eyes because we can't see radio waves. Well, we can detect things.
Yeah, it's the radio waves that show us.
It's like how you use sonar signals in a submarine, and then, okay, well, that was sound.
But bounces back.
But we get technology to turn it into a visual thing that we can see and understand.
Oh, so the sound is bouncing off stuff, and that's how our signals are bouncing off stuff, and that's how we're figuring out where things are, like sonar. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, Toru says, by the way, the automatons don't shoot actual lasers, it's actually plasma. Okay, got it. Thank you, Toru.
I mean, that's a fair point. Plasma's not lasers.
Well, tell me the difference then. Now I want to know. What's the difference between plasma and lasers?
plasma is superheated gas that is fired at things using kind of like a railgun. Where the ionized gas is charged particles, and you use like magnetic fields and stuff to kind of throw it at stuff. And lasers are excited gas that emits
Excited gas.
photons or other wavelengths. Obviously, you want like gamma ray lasers to actually hurt stuff.
Yeah, excited gas. Big Beautiful Bruce says, now we discuss science fiction on GTA. What a time to be alive.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. You never know what will happen, Bruce. Yeah. Certainly an amazing time.
Worlds are colliding.
I suppose so. It is the moon mix, the moon crew mix, so it kind of makes sense if you just like expand your mind, man. Like it's the moon crew, and we are talking about black holes, and that's all I got. Look, they haven't brought the Illuminate back. What am I supposed to do? Okay.
Like the Terminators?
No. I'm not gonna bore myself. No. No.
Hey everybody, she's pro-Terminator. She won't fight them.
Yeah, I'm a bug sympathizer. What of it? They have a right to live. We shouldn't be using them for oil. We've done atrocious things to the Terminators. I will not abide by it.
You did.
Yeah. She hates 2/3 of the game, says Bruce. I have treason. No, I don't hate it. I'm bored. I want the Illuminates. I enjoy them more. Okay, so back to, and I'm more excited about the Meridian Singularity and the black hole stuff. So I'd like to learn more about black holes, please. Because, like, I was watching as much as I could. I went to bed last night listening to some of the videos you sent. I fell asleep though. I went to bed like after midnight, right? When you guys told me I was tired and I was playing Arc Raiders and told me to go to bed. I actually did that. I went to bed. And then I woke up and it said 8 o'clock and I was like, oh shit, I'm late. I've let everybody down. It's an hour after 7. Like, I missed the podcast. I'm the worst person. Yeah, I fucked up. Oh my god, I'm sorry. And then
wait.
It was actually 8 a.m. I woke up at 8 a.m. after sleeping. But I woke up so panicked and feeling guilty. Like, holy shit, how did I mess that up? Not a message from Brad at all about it. Like, nothing. Like, no, hey, are you coming? Nothing. Like,
You're not here.
Yeah. It was pretty great, guys. I haven't had that happen in a long time where I've fallen asleep and then woken up and thought it was the daytime or the nighttime kind of thing. Anyway, enough of my story.
That's why the 24-hour clock is superior.
I'm not doing that. That's silly. I don't need to be figuring out military time. I ain't in the military. It looks just like me with the other previous episodes of Let's Discuss, Toru says. Oh, like the time thing? Oh man, it's just, I thought I missed it, but I didn't miss it. Here we are. I still have tabs open, like, but I'm not gonna, none of them are ChatGPT. You should be proud of me.
It's a step in the right direction.
Oh, Bruce, this is a good question, because I almost watched a video about this. And I think Bruce already knows about spaghetti, or else he wouldn't be asking, but this is a great question, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
How painful would it be to die to a black hole? I would assume it won't be that painful since you would die in a matter of seconds. I am presuming a lot here. It depends on the size, too. Please tell us.
Bruce is talking about spaghettification.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I don't know. I don't remember where it's got its name, but it's the idea that you basically get strung out like spaghetti as this black hole rips you apart faster than the physical atoms in your body can, like, disintegrate. It'll stretch you out like a cartoon.
If it's thin enough, like, it depends on where you're going through to the middle. Could take longer before you're splattered and liquid, but
maybe.
So, I mean, it also depends.
It's all hypothetical, right?
What if that's not what happens and that was all fear propaganda? Hmm.
I don't know if it's fear propaganda since we can't really. There's no
We're-
benefit to scaring us with it. It's more like we can't explain the gravity other than, oh yeah, it'll totally fucking kill you.
Yeah.
And that's rotating black holes, so one's spinning really fast.
Yeah, that isn't there a difference between the rotating ones and the ones that aren't?
That are just kind of stationary?
Yeah.
Because they would have the same incredible gravity, but it wouldn't have crazy tidal forces like a rotating, like a whirlpool or anything else that's spinning real fast. Even
So-
falling off a fucking merry-go-round spinning real fast will fuck you up if you hit something.
Oh, remember merry-go-rounds?
But
Those
like
were.
getting on something that's not moving at all, like, okay, it's
Yes.
like walking into a doorway.
Bruce, have you ever been on a merry-go-round, or are you too young for that? Like, they don't let you guys have playgrounds.
What's that?
As a kid, yeah. But merry-go-rounds were awesome. Just saying. Is it possible to get rid of a black hole says fun time clock?
Probably, but we don't know how yet, other than waiting
Billions of years.
longer than the universe might be around.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
that's commonly discussed with how will the universe end?
A black
Is
hole
eventu-
devours us.
No, well, maybe, but one of them is eventually, like every star will die, black holes will consume stuff, and then the black holes that are left will slowly evaporate into nothingness. All like a campfire, if you don't keep feeding it energy, it will go out and everything will get colder. So the universe will eventually get colder and colder and colder and colder and colder until there's no energy left at all, and just be blackness forever, everywhere.
But I thought energy can't
Yeah.
be destroyed, so then
It can't be
there'll
destroyed,
still
but it
be
will
a
fade away.
spark. Aww.
That's, I
Guys,
think
we
it's
were
called
also
heat.
alive.
I think that's the heat death. Is that hypothesis
Wow.
for the end of the universe?
So we have that to look forward to in case you're having a bad day, guys. Toru says, Bruce, I wanted to be a friend of a black hole. They are so chill, but would be a difficult friendship since I can't hug them because of spaghettification. Yeah, it does kind of.
You can't even send them an email because it'll be destroyed when they get it.
Yeah, it just goes in the hole and it disappears. It changes into the opposite of an email and nothingness. Right? Into matter. It doesn't matter what it is. Whether
There's
it's
things that if you send information into a black hole, it's not irrevocably destroyed. We just don't know how you would get it out or retrieve it.
it just becomes part of the whole. Bruce says, I remember a group of 10 of my friends spinning one guy as fast as possible. It went fine, trust. For a merry-go-rounds. Wow. Bruce. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure it went fine. Nobody got
flew up
hurt.
or hit their head on anything.
Nobody fell off. Nobody got, sick. Yeah, I'm sure it was great. Oh, man.
Or the fairground ride called Gravitron.
Oh, gosh. Remember that? Yeah, I do remember that in the wall, and it was scary.
And, it's like, look, I'm upside down. It's like, okay, well, don't do that when it stops because you're gonna fucking fall on your head.
Toru asked my question that I had in the Discord. What would happen if two black holes kiss? They would become a supermassive hole.
Yeah, they would just add to each other's gravity.
Yeah,
Kinda like-
they would dance together
if you threw-
and become,
If you threw a campfire into another campfire, it would just be one larger
a
fire.
bigger fire. Ooh, this is getting hot. This is getting hot talk now. We're getting this sexy black hole talk now. Just saying, it's getting kind of sexy. Okay, Gravitron. Yeah, Bruce. Okay, so there are these things called fairs people went to on carnivals, and there'd be these things called rides, and that was one of the puke machines.
Yep.
Bruce says they would have a baby, and we name it Super Big Baby Black Hole. Yeah, Bruce, exactly. That's what would happen. But what if the hole can't conceive? That's kind of assumptive of you. Maybe they don't need to have children to be a supermassive hole.
Henry's energy siphon to draw energy away and make a little black hole out of it.
I guess so. Yeah, they could use it. Jeez, boy, wow. The parents don't pay for its child. Bruce, you're getting really I mean, do you have some feelings about?
Yeah.
Wow.
Side topic: do black holes have to pay child support in the far future?
Bruce is like, am I
Top
the
10
black
questions science
hole
cannot
in my
answer.
family? Am I the black hole? And nobody is adopting it. Wow, Bruce, it's going dark. Bruce, are you okay over there? Oh man. Wow. Anyway,
Yeah, even light cannot escape a black hole, but even they are not darker than this conversation.
yeah, this combo has been a bit weird. The black holes are the ones we made along the way. Bruce says. You know, that whole thing, the friends we made along the way, blah, blah,
Yes.
blah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, can you tell me more about anything you feel like it?
Well, is there anything else in the videos that you're like, what's
Yeah,
with that?
lots of stuff. There was a lot,
well-
but
Please select a specific topic.
okay. Okay.
I need like a starting point or something, a breadcrumb.
Well, what helped me at first, the first video I started with was what is general relativity. Brad, do you like manage democracy, yes or no, says Bruce. Yes or yes, he said. Wow.
Manage democracy?
Yeah, that's part of Super Earth. Yeah. Don't answer.
Oh, I know.
You don't
Well, no,
have
I
to.
said that was like a specific like, political kind of
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
What flavor of democracy do you like?
Yeah, it is part of the game. We're under a system of managed democracy. So it says, can adopt a black hole, but pet Jesus an excuse for missing homework consumed by my pet. Also, maybe black holes don't get adopted like black cats. Maybe they're like, but yet witches like them. Black cats.
Maybe space witches have
Space
black holes.
witches have black holes as pets. Wow. We really got off topic. I'm sorry. Okay, can you tell me about the role of gravity with these mother freaking black holes?
Huh?
Because the gravity is so important, and I need to know more about this. The mass, the gravity. There's three things that have to. There's three elements to a black hole or something. Three key part of the equation. Can you explain that to me? Because I need a refresher.
What do you? Okay, what do you mean? There's
There were three things: mass, something else, and something else that are part of the equation of a black hole.
like that equation that I put in the chat.
No,
Short
from
radius?
watching the videos. From watching the videos.
Spin was one.
Spin, yeah, spin, mass, and what was the other one? Gravity? Or what is the other one?
No, because like mass and gravity are kind of related.
Okay, so mass,
It's
spin.
hard. Oh,
What?
okay. I thought of the video you were
Yeah.
watching. I think, and it was talking about how it's a curious similarity between how black holes have the same properties as I think quarks or subatomic particles.
Yeah.
So they have spin, they have charge, and they have mass.
Spin, charge, and mass.
Yeah.
Black holes have spin,
So
charge.
subatomic particles,
Okay.
called quarks, and how they're defined and what differentiates them is their spin, their mass, and their charge.
So tell me more about that, please, because I only just learned about it, and I don't know.
And yeah, no, I'm like remembering as I was saying these words, and it's like, yeah, one of the things that the video talked about was you can't just overfeed a black hole with mass because you'll just make it bigger.
Huh.
You can't
like,
you can't keep like okay, so things that are spinning like a merry-go-round or a black hole, the unit that talks about how much they're spinning is called angular momentum.
Angular momentum.
which is kind of like how much it's spinning and how it will distort space-time and stuff like that around it. So if a black hole is spinning, you can't really put... Like, if you put something else that's, say, spinning, or something that has the same spin into it, it will either add to it, and the idea, like, okay, well, maybe we'll feed it something with anti-spin to kind of slow it down.
But that doesn't.
We don't really know how to do that, or it won't work.
It won't.
The same way just throwing mass into it won't work, because it'll just add to it.
Yeah.
Or we can't really rationalize how to have something with an anti-spin.
Yeah.
And the charge is the same, kind of the same way, but if you think about a magnet, if you keep putting like a negative charge into something, eventually it will become negatively charged, and you can't add a negative charge to that because the charges will repulse each other. Like two negative magnets will, like, you could try to force them together,
but it just won't work out.
The stronger they get, the more they'll push each other away.
Yeah, I guess. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I totally out of space conversation. It turns out this is Toru. We really turned this conversation to another planet. Bruce, you weren't funny. And Toru says, can't handle the gravity of this topic. Okay, I'm done now, says Toru. That was a good one, Toru. Toru wins. Can't handle the gravity of this topic. I like that one. Toru wins that round of puns. You know? Right? No?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good, right?
So those three things we don't know how to, or they won't work using our current understanding of math and physics that explain the universe.
Mm-hmm.
You can't overcharge or overspin or over mass a black hole. It will just be like more or nope.
You freaking obliterated me. Why did you do me like that, says Bruce. Bruce, I'm just calling it like I see it, okay? Toru won that round. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that you were funnier than Toru. Toru totally had that one. Just saying. Yeah, you know? Why would I lie to you like that? Just saying. Okay, I'll take questions from the chat for a second while I try to get this thumbnail down.
Questions from the audience!
Please, because, like, we had some good ones. Did I even get fun times? I hope I did. I have more. I just, you know, I gotta load this, so. Okay, so when I was watching, I can't see the chat now anyway. When I was watching the videos,
yep.
I noticed that, first of all, I'm really hung up on that supermassive black star with the biggest star in the whole millions of galaxies that has a black hole in the middle. Wait, can you double check? Can you do the aggressive typing? Can you get on your laptop and do aggressive typing?
Well, I don't have a laptop, but yeah, I can go to my PC.
Why don't you have a laptop? What? Yeah, your PC. Whatever it is.
But it was more like I need to double check because I don't think there's any stars with black holes inside of them because the black hole would just
bigger than the biggest. It's the biggest star ever. It's even bigger than the biggest star. No, it's one that already exists somehow, or something, or it did exist, or something. Yes.
Yeah,
I watched a video that you.
Slow down. A star that did exist could be a black hole.
That had a black hole in the center. It has a black hole in the center.
No.
Yes.
No. Fake news. Fake news.
No, it's one of the bit.
Super propaganda.
No, I'm telling you. Don't make me find the video. I will find the video. I'm swear to God.
Yeah, find the video.
I will.
Video documentation that talks about a star with a black hole inside it, because that's probably not possible.
I will. Okay.
You do that. I'll be right back.
Okay. Wait. The black hole that kills for obviously destroyed that. Oh. Okay. You can define and have anything. Why is something? What is showing? The largest black hole in the universe. Black hole. Oh my God! I've had too many things. I had to look at too many things. Hold on. This would be fun too. I'll probably live longer if I don't move. Okay, hold on. Okay. By going faster, what's up in building a warp drive? I want to watch that one. What's the largest black hole in the universe? Black hole star! The star that shouldn't exist is what the video is called. Black hole star. It's a black hole star. Just letting you know, it's called a black hole star. And I found that really fucking fascinating. But I don't know if I can open it up. Black hole star, the star that shouldn't exist. I don't know how to open it up. Oh, I'm still alive. I can't. Oh shit, I'm not alive now. Yeah, I am. It's hypothetical though. Well, everything is hypothetical, Bruce. You're hypothetical. Okay? Like, Brad's hypothetical. There's a star, with the largest star, and it's got a black hole in the middle. Just saying. I saw a video of it. Am I wrong? That the video exists, or? Oh, my team one, we exist. Existing is not hypothetical. You don't know that, Bruce. You don't know that we actually exist. Proof that we exist. Name 5 things that say we exist. Why don't we get to hear his typing? I'm kind of sad that we're not hearing his typing. Like, what if... Okay. Do black holes... What was it? Black star. Wait. Probably just gonna pull up a lot of emo songs. Black hole star. The star that shouldn't exist. Kurzagan in a nutshell. 2 years ago, 13 million views. Black hole star. The star that shouldn't exist. Tell me it's fake news. Brad, where'd you go? Brad? Brad's quiet right now. Is he even here? Am I here? I don't know what he's doing. Look, I'm sorry, but Brad dipped out when he realized he was wrong. I think he left. Just kidding. He's probably taking a moment. Maybe he had to go to the washroom. I don't know what he's doing, but I know that I saw what I saw. I watched the video. I thought he went to get some. What he went to go get? I don't understand. What could you possibly need? Oh, shit. Well, while we wait for him, just know that I saw that video. There's like the largest star, and it's got a black hole in it. The news is very misleading. When you really trust a hearing from a news article, trust a hearing. I don't know. I didn't look at news. I was watching informative sites. Actually, I think he linked to me, but I don't know what he went to get. Did you hear me tell you what video it was called?
No.
Oh, for crying out loud.
Well, I said I'll be right back, and I didn't say I'm back yet, so I don't know why you would think that.
Okay.
I'm back now, though.
Black star, black hole. Sounds like a song, like a Radiohead song. Black hole star, the star that shouldn't exist, by Chris Gazek in a nutshell. 13 million views 2 years ago.
Oh, the Kurzgesagt thing, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Oh, you're fake news. No, I am not.
Kurzgesagt is the channel. That doesn't mean I remember everything in the video.
Brad, you need to destroy series with facts and logic, says Bruce. What's the source I need to know? I gave you the source, man. I gave you the source.
I prefer if we destroy everything with facts and logic.
Yeah, but I just gave you the source. But yeah, I can link it. I can link it, sure. I just gotta switch.
I feel like... Okay, so... In my defense, I feel like that's not a traditional star. It's just a weird thing that's... They don't know what else to call it.
It's got a black hole in the middle.
It's not a star. I remember the video. I just don't remember everything about it. So,
Well, I win. I win that one. I win that one.
no.
Oh, well, I'm just saying.
Explain how it's a star with a black hole in the center. Then
It's a star with a black hole in the center. The video is linked in my chat.
that's not an explanation. You're
Reddit
just saying the same.
Super never lies. I can send the link to you if you need it. But then it'll take you away from the subject at hand. I'm just gonna show it to you. It's the largest star. It's larger than even the ones you mentioned earlier.
Which ones?
It's something with the star with an S. I don't remember.
Sagittarius A star.
Yeah, it's larger than that.
Well, yeah, because that's just a supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy. We presume that there are ones larger than that. They're not stars, though. They're supermassive black holes.
Well, this is a star. There's also a black hole in the middle. Like a really delicious cookie that has another cookie inside. Only that cookie is a black hole. Look, I don't make this stuff up. I was just learning. I don't know.
They're all making it up. This is theoretical physics.
Well, your theoretical physics. That's gonna be my comeback insult. Your theoretical physics. We are, though, human beings. Are we theoretical physics?
Prove that I exist.
I can't.
There, so they take that.
Okay, well then we've solved this. Black holes aren't real, and neither is Brad. Thanks for coming to the show tonight, guys. Hope you have a good one. I'm just kidding. Alright. Okay. So, anyone have questions about black holes? Because
A black hole star is a hypothetical type of extremely large and luminous star that may have existed. So it's possible that at one point it did exist. At some point.
Yeah.
Early in the history of the universe. They are thought to have existed for around 7 to 10 million years due to their immense mass. So they existed for 7 or 10 million years. Kind of like... I think Rigel is a star that isn't expected to live very long because it's crazy big.
Aw, and it's gonna die soon?
Well, no, they've already died because they were thought to have existed early in the history of the universe.
Aw. Bruce said if you disagree with me, you don't exist. Aw.
Unlike modern stars, which are powered by nuclear fusion in their cores, a quasi-star's energy would have come from material falling into the black hole at its core.
Yeah. Although
they have not been observed, they are considered to be a possible progenitor of supermassive black holes.
There you go. They might still be out there. I have no more questions of that. What I can think about. Okay, so time and space swap in a black hole is one of the things I still have open that I didn't get to watch.
That's one of the coolest videos I've seen in a while.
I didn't get to watch it, so if you could give me a brief summary, because that looked interesting, but I didn't get to see it. So I have lots of questions, like, what? That's my question there.
Okay, so the way it visually represents space and time is like, imagine graph paper.
Okay. So imagine the pigeon netting on my balcony. Yes, gotcha.
Yeah, kind of like that. So imagine graph paper where left and right is time, and it only goes in one direction because we don't have time going backwards in this universe. And simplify space for the sake of argument into just up and down.
Okay.
The depth of space doesn't really matter for the sake of argument. So space is up and down, and time is left and right, but it's really only going towards the right because time goes forward. You can't stop the arrow of time. Asterisk.
Yeah.
And we have observed that gravity will distort space and time, and more heavier objects will distort space and time more.
Okay.
And lighter, smaller objects. And the way the video kind of visualizes that is everything moves forwards in time, and gravity will bend space towards the larger object. So an apple falling off a tree towards the earth isn't falling straight down, it's being warped by gravity so that its direction through space and through time will pull it forwards.
Yeah.
It's kind of a mindfuck, but the video explains it and shows it pretty well.
And about how kind of, I think I watched another one that was about how, like, gravity, it's actually, you feel your weight when you land on the ground because generally things falling isn't gravity. It's in, like,
you're falling. Yeah,
yeah,
so
because you're not falling.
You don't feel anything because you're still in the air, and then you hit the ground. It's like that's when you feel all of it.
Because that's not really the natural state. We're being, oh gosh, because of gravity. Anyway, it was so confusing, but it kind of made sense. Can we make our own black hole, says Toru, and use it as a defense against meteors coming from space? That's a great question.
That would be a great meteor defense, is if we could artificially create small black holes, not powerful enough to destroy the Earth, because we kind of wouldn't want that if we're trying to save it.
But once it can destroy the things coming at us.
Yeah.
A black hole defense system.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's genius, Toru. If they come up with that, we're going to have to call it the Toru.
But if we come up with that, I think as a...
we would use to destroy each other.
Well, we would have already gone past that. If we can use it to do complicated things...
we would be time traveling with them.
No, well, maybe.
Of course.
Because that's kind of like if we had... if you had a small nuclear reactor that could fit in your backpack and use to power your house, that's kind of more advanced than giant nuclear reactors and nuclear weapons. So if we could have small black holes that can deflect meteors, we'd probably be using black holes either as an energy device or already as a large, like, weapon of mass destruction.
Yeah.
Like destroying entire solar systems, kind of mass destruction.
That's horrible.
So...
why would humans do bad things like that?
Oh, I don't know. Have you met humans before?
No. I try not to.
But anyway, that video that talks about space and time and how they flip in a black hole is like that graph paper where time is left and right and space is up and down. It eventually, like, the heavier and heavier objects get, the more space and time basically get folded into a diagonal where once it's heavy enough to be a black hole, it's kind of at a 45-degree angle, and it's not space and time going left and right or up and down. Time is going down at a 45-degree angle, and space is kind of going up at a 45-degree angle. And because you're going forwards in time, you physically can't escape the black hole. And how they say this is like, it's not so much a place in space that you're heading towards, it becomes
it's the future you're going toward.
It's
an event in the future.
It's an event in your future that you
can't escape. Like a birthday, unless you die. I saw that.
Calm down. That's why they call it an event horizon. It's
oh
beyond
my
which
God.
you can't escape that event because it's in your future. It's not a place you can avoid.
Wait. That's why they call it event horizon? Okay,
yes.
Okay. And the event horizon, as I was watching, was something like, it really is a thing around that you can't see, right? But it also is protecting us from whatever's inside the black hole, all the stuff it's sucked in, all the stuff it could spew out, all the possible time travel shit inside it, or whatever. Because, you know, you go future-wise, and the things that are in the past that are in it, I don't know, whatever the fuck. All the stuff it's sucked in, the event horizon protects us from it. Isn't that true? Like, something like that? We don't know, but we guess.
We can't really prove if it's true, and we don't really know about, like, where all the stuff it consumes goes. That's why the whole theory about white holes is like, it just sends it out into another part of the universe.
Okay.
That we don't know where it is, or another point in time that we can't see.
Bruce says, I mean, time traveling will never exist since there aren't any time travelers, and I don't think they would hide time travel for that long. Yeah, but what if it's like with black holes? Time only moves forward. What if we don't know time travelers because they only go forward?
Time only goes forward that so far we can tell in this universe. There could be other universes, there could be multiverses where time flows differently or doesn't exist at all.
Well, that'd be great. No time at all. That's called the Guess Who universe. They had a song called No Time, Don't Worry About It. It's an old joke. Um, Canadian old joke, guys. Don't worry about it. I ruined that one.
Like imagine a universe that has 5 dimensions of space and no dimension of time.
No, I can't.
Well,
Why would I do that?
I mean, it might not be physically possible for our brains to understand that, but it might exist.
I don't understand time, and I'm in this universe.
But you can understand time.
I don't want to understand time.
Well, that's a personal choice. It doesn't mean you can't. It can't be done.
Bruce says,
I don't want to go to work today. Well, work still exists. It's over there.
Bruce says, I'm American. The only joke I know about is about
politics?
Canada.
Oh.
He said about Canada is the 51. It's the 51 first state. Yeah, we're not, clearly. Sorry. But yeah. I ruined your joke, Bruce. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You guys are welcome to be another province if you want.
Yeah, we have lots of space, so you guys
Join Canada? Be a province?
Yeah, you can be province of Canada. We'll call you guys Americana.
North Mexico.
North Mexico.
The great province of North Mexico is welcome in Canada.
Oh wow, we've lost more viewers. I'm just kidding. There's nobody watching. Okay. So
So yeah, space and time flip in a black hole because the dimensions that they have get so warped that the singularity becomes an event in our future that we can't avoid. It's not a physical location in space.
Bruce is trying to upset me. Bruce, I'm not against Louisiana. I found it to be a beautiful place that my first love was from. I don't really care. Plus, True Blood takes place in Louisiana, right? Shreveport, Louisiana. So I can't hate on it. We're just not going to go there, though, Bruce. Thank you, big, beautiful Bruce. Tell us more about holes, Bruce.
You could agree to disagree.
Oh, no. No.
Well, fine then. Don't. I don't know.
Crossable Wormholes was something you sent me. I didn't get to watch that. I don't understand.
You don't understand what?
Ooh, quantum immortality. That's totally not. But I see Hawking radiation there below it. Tell us about Hawking radiation, because it has something to do with black holes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think it's part of how we could detect them. Or detect small ones that aren't eating entire stars and galaxies and stuff like that.
Okay. That's all you got for me?
No.
Okay.
I'm not one of those tubers that like constantly spews out words like at an unfathomable rate just for the sake of viewership.
That would be me.
I'll take my time and when you read a book and sometimes you pause to let people kind of simmer on a thought for more than a millisecond. That's how I thought.
Okay, well, please do talk, please.
And I was thinking about which video it was that actually just explains it pretty well. I think it was that Science Click English channel.
Yeah, that's a good channel. I did subscribe. That's another really
good one. That and Curtis Kazak have some really good videos about explaining astrophysics and black holes and stuff like that, space and time and that kind of shit.
Bruce says, Brad, say as many words as possible to make yourself sound smart. It works surprisingly well. Says Bruce, who sounds surprisingly smart. So,
I don't think words per second is a measure of intelligence.
I'm just saying. Oh, and say them really fast. No, he needs to talk slow. Wait, now we're telling Brad how to talk. Like, Brad, can you say that slower?
He's the smartest person ever.
Who?
The guy in the Micro Machines commercials that talks really fast.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think they'll understand that context. They're just children. They don't get that.
What's a television?
Yeah, they're like, TV? No, nobody watches TV anymore, old man. That's what they're saying. Sorry.
I mean, I don't watch TV.
Yeah, don't watch TV. TV's stupid. Okay. Nobody has a
Anyway,
TV.
Hawking radiation? Well, you're probably playing GTA on a TV.
I'm on a monitor, actually. Smarty pants.
It's a TV. It's just
It's not
a fucking
TV,
TV.
it's a monitor. It's a
Same
monitor.
fucking technology.
It is not. It doesn't even have sound. I'm already melting my brain here. I can't watch TV, says Bruce. You're right. You're right. You're already doing that, watching streams. Hey, we're trying to unmelt a little bit, right? Or
Brain freeze.
Yeah, we're trying to, I don't know what we're trying to do.
I thought you asked me about Hawking radiation.
Yeah, I did. I'm waiting. I'm ready.
Hold on, I look at the videos.
Well, I'm just trying to see what
So I can't remember everything about everything we talk about.
You're still losing brain cells every second.
The cup can only be so full.
I keep hearing the cup go down to the table. Is it good coffee tonight? Is it good coffee?
It's always good coffee.
Oh. How do you make your coffee? We all want to know. How do you like your coffee?
Black.
Black is your soul?
Yeah.
You drink black coffee?
Yes.
He drinks black coffee, everyone. Now you know.
Spoiler alert. The
now
coffee is black.
Black coffee is not that bad, says Bruce. Like choosing at how a streamer cheated at what chess tournament and he apologized? Oh my gosh. No. I won't cheat at a chess tournament. I'll tell you that. Alright, so
Hold on, I'm jumping into some flying with the sun for a second.
what are you wearing? Like I'm getting my ass handed to me. I'm not doing so great. Okay, so crossable. Oh, you're gonna go. Okay, please do.
Well, I was just going to read a little bit on Hawking radiation. Hawking radiation is black body radiation released outside a black hole's event horizon due to quantum effects according to the model developed by Stephen Hawking in 1974. Does that explain what it is? Not really. The radiation was not predicted by previous models, which assumed that once electromagnetic radiation, aka freaking laser beams, or radio waves, or whatever, is inside of the event horizon, it cannot escape. Hawking radiation is predicted to be extremely faint and is many orders of magnitude below the current best telescope detecting ability. So we think it might be there, but our instruments can't detect it yet.
We're not there yet.
So, and that maybe remember part of the video that was talking about energy at the quantum scale or quantum foam and all that kind of stuff, which is kind of related to its orders of magnitudes below the best telescope's detecting ability. So we can't see it yet because it's so freaking tiny.
Ah, that's what she said. No, but okay.
Sure. So it's one of the I think the Science Click video talked about how at the quantum scale or the Planck scale, it's theorized, not predicted or anticipated, but hey, maybe this is how space and stuff works. Is that virtual particles kind of like pop into existence and then go away. They kind of show up and then annihilate each other. So an electron and a positron, boop, they appear and they destroy each other like antimatter does.
Like relationships, yes.
No, and the fact that and the fact that doing that might explain this 0-point energy or quantum foam energy or whatever energy at that scale. But because the black hole can consume matter or these virtual particles at the event horizon, it's thought that maybe these virtual particles they create and then one of them disappears as the black hole and the other one doesn't. And it doesn't have a particle.
That some fall in and some don't.
So at the event horizon, like literally this boundary where stuff can kind of escape because it's anyway, it's all like puzzling hypothetical science. So like we can't really explain it even if it was real, and we can't detect it to prove it's real one way or the other. But because we're detecting this radiation, or the math suggests that it is there, these particles one is falling into the black hole, so one is falling in the other direction, which is away from the black hole. And that kind of asymmetry in energy is explaining how the black holes evaporate. But because the particles are so tiny, that's why it takes billions and billions and billions and billions of years for the black holes to evaporate.
To die. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce
So
says,
that's Hawking radiation.
Series, I need you to have a positive kill death on this type of game mode on GTA. It's hurting me every time I watch you play that game mode. Bruce, suffer. Suffer, Bruce. And then he says, how do we determine the age of a black hole?
You cut it in half and count its ring.
Yeah, you count the rings. Like a tree. Okay, Bruce, a tree. Okay, Bruce, a tree is this thing that would grow outside in nature.
So I think we kind of guess at the age of black holes because of how far away they are, and that's linked to the speed of light and like the age of the universe and the size of the universe and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, so if light travels at a determined speed and only at that speed, and we are able to kind of accurately, within a reasonable degree of error probability, about how far away something is, we can kind of interpolate how old something is. So hey, if we're looking at something that's 53 million light years away, that light is 53 million years old. So that's how we... I don't like to say the word determine, because it's all educated guesses. Yeah. It's all educated guesses. So that's how we kind of guess, or, you know, open quotes, determine how old stuff is in space.
Bruce said, like, we have an educated guess of the age of the universe, so I assumed that we can figure out ages of black holes.
Yes, and that age of the universe is kind of like we're looking at the oldest stuff we can see. So science kind of arrogantly goes, well, if the oldest stuff we can see is 13.5 billion years old, then obviously the age of the universe is 13.5 billion years, right? Otherwise we would see stuff older than that. But then you get into the weird, well, if the universe is expanding, the universe might be bigger than we can see because of weird physics and shit like that. Mm-hmm. Or the light at the very edge of the universe hasn't got to us yet because it's so far away. Mm-hmm. Or the universe might be a different shape that would kind of make light act differently. It's not just a big, maybe it's not just a big ever-expanding sphere.
There you go.
But then you're getting into like cosmology and topology and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, well, we don't know how to rationalize the explanations to make a counter argument in that case, or it's kind of a too open-ended counter argument.
I wondered, Brad, if you wanted to read that post that Prototype 15 had made that you forwarded into the Let's Discuss podcast part of the Discord.
Oh, okay.
That was a good comment with like more that you could have.
Yeah, that was annoying that it doesn't like, hey, someone else said this.
Yeah, and I thought that'd be good to share. I thought it'd be good to share on the podcast and then have you expand upon
it. In the morning, Prototype 15 said in the Helldivers chat, I'm so tilted that I missed some of the science talk. Black holes are just dead stars that have collapsed. Their mass is still the same, focused to a small point. So that's mostly true, but a lot of massive stars that die and end up as a black hole have a supernova, which are pretty fucking energetic, like as a giant explosion. So the fact that it's exploding and shedding off energy means some of the stuff is blown away in the explosion.
Oh.
So some of the matter does get ejected, and that's how we can see it, because it's light and energy being expelled outwards. But the rest gets consumed by the black hole. In theory, you may not know this, but all objects with mass attract other objects. Two objects act on each other. This relationship goes both ways. The moon orbits the Earth, but the Earth also slightly orbits the moon, which is true.
Yeah, and the Earth orbits the sun, right?
Yeah. Okay. And very slightly the sun will orbit the Earth, but it's so negligible that it's like, yeah, it's just the Earth orbits the sun.
Oh. Okay.
But if the two things are close in mass, like Pluto and one of its moons, Charon, they orbit each other.
Oh.
So like the Earth and the Moon, the gravitational barycenter, which is kind of the point, the like average midpoint of their gravitational pulls, if that midpoint is inside one of the planetary bodies, then it's said that the moon, or like one orbits the other. So like this point for the Earth and the moon is within the Earth. That gravitational average point is underneath the surface of the Earth.
And didn't that have something to do with the moon and the Earth having collided in the past, and that's how the moon became, like, we were collided, and that's why we have...
It's thought that the moon was created by something hitting the Earth and a bunch of stuff being smashed into space, and eventually gravitation.
The moon and the Earth smashed, guys. Just let you know.
No.
They've done it.
Something smashed the Earth and made the moon. The moon is a child of the Earth. Maybe.
Oh.
But anyway, Pluto and Charon, because they're similar in mass, that gravitational average is not within one of their bodies. It's not underneath the surface. It's somewhere in between them. Oh. So that's why they orbit each other.
It's the gravity between them. It sounds very grave. Anyway. Oh, shit. Go on. I'm sorry. Brad?
Well, I mean, that was kind of... What?
Oh, okay. Like, we have an educate guess... Okay, we already did that. Yes with the moon? I don't understand. Oh, I missed everything. Never mind. There was nothing. That was it.
Huh?
That was it. That was it. That was all I had about that.
That was what we talked about.
That was the comment?
That was Prototype's comment.
Okay. What did you think of... And you commented on it, so there you go. Alright. Well, I was just hoping that...
Did you want me to read what I said? I thought that
yes! I do. I would love that. I'd love to hear your reply.
Yeah, that was Prototype 15.
Uh-huh.
And then I said true on several points. And then I said, I like to think of science fiction reasons why they might not be collapsed stars. Because that's kind of like a scientific explanation, but it's like, if you want to go all sci-fi and super advanced technology, you don't want to just let nature do all the stuff. You want to do stuff on your own.
Okay.
Or like people have mentioned in the chat, hey, maybe we want to make our own black holes for either weapons or energy or a defense system. So I mentioned graviton compaction, kind of like how nuclear power is a critical mass of nuclear energy. Maybe there's a critical mass of gravitational energy, and maybe you'll just suddenly make a black hole. Or that equation I posted where, hey, if you just have enough stuff around each other, you'll make a black hole, but it depends on its density in this calculation.
I'm lost. Bruce Brad does not know why you exist, and your mom and dad had sex. That's it. That's why you exist. That your parents smashed,
that's
and
how.
Here you are.
That's how people exist.
That's
not
the why. The why probably involved substances, accidents. It was an accident. Maybe it's a terrible thing. Or maybe they were deeply, madly in love on their first date.
What are you talking about?
Bruce is asking why he exists.
I think that's a different question for a different group of people.
No, he said, my dad told me I exist to work for him, but I don't know about that. No, but if your dad has a good job, I mean, take it. Anyway.
Bruce, talk to your parents about that.
Yeah. Yeah, Bruce, talk to your parents when you visit them each weekend. Okay, now, let's go back to what we were talking about. Black holes and stuff.
Yeah, do you have... What's the next question?
The crossable ones. I didn't get to watch crossable wormholes. What do they mean by that? What do they mean crossable wormholes? Do they mean like wormholes that cross paths? Oh, do they mean like using wormholes as gateways? And what is that video about? Why did I go on that when I was talking about black holes? But crossable wormholes
that's like a multi-parter. That's a multi-parter right there.
What's that? Well,
black holes. It's theorized that if you manipulate a black hole with specific like amounts of negative energy. This is all like hypothetical math. Like, oh, the math says we might do this, but we don't know how to do this in the reals. So, theoretical physics and math estimates that with exotic energy that we don't know how to explain or make yet, you might be able to stabilize a black hole and turn it into a wormhole. If black holes are actually holes in space that can lead to other places. Like
Which
that famous, like, oh, fold the paper in half and punch a pencil through it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if the black hole is just compressing space and time into some weird funnel, can we adjust the funnel to lead somewhere and not just crush everything that goes in it?
To use it like in sci-fi, where people have used those to travel.
So the hard part is...
What was that?
Well,
like Quantum Leap? Quantum Leap, were they using wormholes?
I don't remember. I remember Quantum Leap, but I don't remember any kind of, like...
It was a hole.
Scientific...
It was a jump through. Huh.
Anyway, that was a TV show.
Yeah. Part of sci-fi fiction.
Yeah, I don't remember if there was any, like... Even, like, an attempt at scientific...
It had to do with time,
is...
too. Oh my god, it had time travel and... Wow. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
That could have been an idea of how they'd used science and stuff.
Maybe, but I think it was just a plot device for Scott Bakula.
Well, I think it's great. I love that show.
It
I love
could be
that
great.
show.
I don't know if it's talking about what we're trying to figure out in the chat right now.
Well, I could look it up. I wonder. Right? Go on, as you said. Please. Possible wormholes.
So yeah, anyway, if that's how black holes do work, and we could figure out this potentially unexplainable matter that would make them not destroy everything that flies into it, it would make a wormhole, and even then, like, some scientists are like, well, as soon as you can make a wormhole, but if you try to send anything through it, it'll either get destroyed, or it'll break the wormhole, or some other... It won't work, basically. Bullshit. So then, you know, other math or other scientists are like, well, what if we come up with this even more hypothetical bullshit that lets us travel through it? Or a traversable wormhole, or a crossable wormhole.
Oh, okay. Why are wormholes and black hole being used interchangeably on a video game? How different are they, or how similar are they as concepts?
They're both related.
How?
Because we think that black holes can create wormholes.
Why would we think that? What's making us think that?
Because we're trying to explain what the black hole does, or where the material goes.
Oh, because we don't see where it sucks up all that energy.
No,
everything goes into the black hole, and we're like, where does it go? And we don't get to see anything. So we're like, oh, so maybe wormhole, it goes
brains
somewhere.
Are like, well, it has to go somewhere, but it's like, that might not be true. We just can't rationalize it yet.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And the whole fact that, yeah, it distorts gravity to an insane amount.
Yeah.
Like the whole funnel kind of visual analogy. It's like, well, where does that funnel go? So that's another thing where it's like, that just might be how our brains are understanding the nature of the universe we live in. It might be more complicated than that, or complicated to the point that we can't really rationalize it yet with our current mass and understanding of physics.
Yeah, which would make sense.
Kind of like for a long time, and there's still some smooth brains out there that think the Earth is flat.
Yeah, those are stupid people. Sorry.
I agree, but it's kind of like humanity might be stupid, and there might be some more advanced science that we haven't figured out yet that will explain
why those people are so stupid.
Well, of course, wormholes exist. Like, duh. Kind of like, of course, the Earth is not flat. But we needed thousands of years of science to explain that.
Yeah.
So maybe we need thousands of further years of scientific study and explanation and observance to be like, oh yeah, right. Now that we figured it out, it's kind of obvious. But until we figure it out, it's just a mystery.
Bruce says, do you believe that is the case, that wormholes exist?
I do.
Oh, he said he does. Why?
I'll admit that part of it is that kind of fantastical, like, it'd be cool if they did.
Yeah.
Not so much as like, oh, well then crazy science fiction tales could be true, but I think it's more like,
oh my god, that
with their understanding of science, they could be possible. We just don't know how to make them possible yet.
Or to see it as possible. We want to believe. I hear typing. Yay!
Yeah, I'm trying to. I can't remember the specific names of the types of wormholes.
Please do, though.
There's like the Einstein-Rosen bridge was one type, but it's like, is that a traversable wormhole? I don't know.
I'd love to for you to find out. Reddit mod alert says Bruce because of the typing. No, I love the typing. I love it. More, please. I'm telling you, Brad's gonna get an ASMR channel. He's gonna talk grumpy on it and do his typing. It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be the best channel ever. It's gonna make so much money on it too. It's gonna be great. Just give him a few years, so he'll do it. I'm sure. He'll come around. See, he can do also the whisper thoughts as he's looking stuff up. It's great.
I mean, that wasn't intentional. More like reading, like, okay,
I know, it's great. It's perfect. It's like so perfect for ASMR. I'm just telling you.
So physicist Ludwig Flamm came up with a new idea while analyzing some solutions to the equations of general relativity. He proposed another unique solution which pointed to a new cosmic object called a white hole. It was nothing but a hypothetical time reversal of a conventional black hole.
Why'd it have to be a white hole?
Because white's the opposite of black. That's literally it.
Okay.
It was just a naming convention. Access to both white and black holes could be joined by a space-time tunnel.
Ooh,
Supermassive objects like black holes and neutron stars warp time and space. When such warping goes to another level, the physics of space-time also changes drastically, like we talked about earlier.
Time warp. It all goes
Albert
back.
Einstein and Nathan Rosen extended general relativity to expand the above idea. They proposed the existence of tunnels or bridges through space-time fabric. These tunnels would join two distant points in the universe, thus creating a weird shortcut that would minimize distance and travel time. Later, these were named wormholes or Einstein-Rosen bridges.
Ooh, I did not know wormholes were also known as Einstein-something bridges.
Well, that type of wormhole, because of Albert Einstein and Nathan Rosen, kind of did the math. I'm like, hey, maybe this, like I said, they proposed the existence of tunnels through space and time. Where are more words and stuff?
More words and stuff.
Consider space as a two-dimensional plane of surface, then a wormhole could be considered a hole, so is that plane? So this is like the fold the paper, punch a pencil through kind of bullshit.
Uh-huh. It was in Interstellar. I like that part.
Yes. There's been other, I don't remember who was in Event Horizon 2, but there's definitely other sci-fi that's just like, oh, here's how to...
I remember a movie called Event Horizon. I just never got to see it.
Yeah, Sam Neill was in it.
Oh my god, then I probably did see it, but it was a long time ago.
Albert Einstein understood that there were huge consequences with the general theory of relativity. The theory showed that closed, time-like curves could exist in the space-time continuum. The understanding of time took a wild turn and obliterated the concept of universal time. In 1969, Kurt Gödel developed a cosmological time travel prototype that allows dynamic time phenomena. Now we're just throwing like sciencey words out there, folks. However, an enormous amount of energy is required to create a time warping or dilation. Wormholes have been the epicenter of conversations about time travel in recent times. With the help of wormholes, there might be a possibility to create practical time machines. So this is where you get into time paradoxes. Where if a wormhole existed, and you kind of cheat time by breaking space-time, or creating this tunnel through the space-time fabric, could you create like a loop of wormholes that gets you back in time?
Oh my god.
That's kind of like we're taking science that we can't even explain and making like this advanced thought experiment out of shit that we can't even prove that it's real or not. But it's kind of like, if this was real and we could do that, then what if
Can we
this
loop
happened?
it back? Yeah. Can we connect them?
We're going to circle back.
It's not how Quantum Leap kind of worked, because the guy had to figure out, the guy that had the clickety-clackety thing.
Yeah, I feel like that was just like a sciencey plot device.
No, but it was a good one. Maybe there was something neat about it. I want to see. Okay.
Since the beginning of the universe, space-time has been expanding, so there is a possibility that primordial wormholes might have gotten larger. So this is the idea that in the early universe, like billions of years ago, that there were wormholes, and because space is expanding, one end of the wormhole kind of expanded one direction, and the other end expanded the other direction.
So what if you're living your life backwards in another universe thing? Parallel universe?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying.
No, not like that.
Okay, well... What if you go backwards? Just saying. I don't know.
This isn't about going backwards, it's about the expansion of space.
Oh, okay. Well, that too. Totally.
So imagine you have like an uninflated balloon, and you just like take a marker and just like draw a little line on it, but then you inflate the balloon. The line is now much longer than it was, and the 2 points at either end are much farther apart. That line is like the wormhole, and the balloon is like the universe expanding. It's like now you're still connecting the same points, but the points are further apart.
Bruce says Brad has so much power, he can just say no calmly, and it's true.
Depending on the circumstance, sometimes. Is dinner ready yet? No. And that's a fact.
Who needs dinner anyway? Ah, okay.
Everybody needs dinner.
Ah, okay.
Don't believe that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. It's actually dinner.
Dinner, you're right. Yep. Before going to bed. Yep,
You have to rush breakfast while you're either getting ready for work or even at work, or maybe you have to skip it because of work, but everyone fucking makes time for dinner.
There you go. Are you trying to say you're hungry right now?
No.
You should have eaten before we came. I'm just kidding. Did you eat before, or are we gonna get hangry Brad in an hour? Okay. Well, I don't mind hangry Brad. I'm just wondering. Did you order a pizza ahead of time?
No.
Remember you used to order pizzas before they would close or something? I don't know. They stay open, don't they?
The best time to order a pizza is before they close. Because then you get it.
There you go. Wise words from Brad. See, and you thought you guys wouldn't learn anything.
Unless you have a series of wormholes that lets you travel back in time, then you can order before they close, before it's too late.
No, it's
or you send your message back in time.
No, it's not. Get out of here, sisters. Okay, I need to do a quick diversion. The premise of it, 30 years have passed since Dr. Sam Beckett vanished into the Quantum Leap Accelerator. The Quantum Leap project has been restarted with a new team trying to piece together the mysteries behind Beckett and his machine. For reasons unknown, the new project's lead physicist has uploaded new program codes to the project systems and used the upgraded accelerator to leap back in time. He became lost in the past just as Beckett did, living the lives of other people and changing history in hopes of getting back to the present.
This is about the TV show. This isn't about science.
I know, but they were so imaginative. I guess they got it wrong in the whole going back in time, because if they were using wormholes, or that we only go forward. But anyway, that we know of. Look, I just need that diversion. Sorry, I'm okay now.
I mean, I feel like they're related, and it's like, okay, the show might not have had wormholes in it.
Quantum Leap and a physicist. It is kind of related. You know.
But it's a fucking TV show.
Everything's a fucking TV show. Nothing means anything.
No.
I'll just say
Okay, put down the joint.
I don't have a joint.
But you're
Oh my
talking
gosh.
like it's just like, whoa, everything is fake and it's only what you think is real. It's like, okay, no. Quantum Leap is a TV show that did not have wormholes in it.
No, it didn't.
But the fact that it's about time travel and multiple like realities and that sort of thing, wormholes could do stuff like that. Maybe a wormhole leads to a different universe. Whole
that'd be
multiverse
great.
theory.
That's what we were kind of hoping with
Like
Helldivers,
there's
but that
there's
didn't
one
happen.
universe out there where everything is the same except for you don't have a cat, you have a dog.
Oh, don't say stuff like that. You don't have to be mean. Yeah. You never know.
It's not me. It's a theory about the multiverse.
Okay, there's this video title that I haven't watched yet. The spooky possibility that the universe is a rotating black hole. I haven't watched it. I don't know what it's about. But
Okay,
thoughts?
watch that later.
Thoughts about that? That the universe is a rotating black hole?
I mean, that's a neat thought experiment. It's kind of like, I don't know.
No, says Bruce.
Can't really prove it.
Bruce is trying to emulate you. It's like, no.
Good luck.
No, he says. He's trying to say it like you say it. No. Oh, man. I wish I could have watched more videos. I know you try, Bruce. You gotta say it with more of your chest or whatever. Oh, too soon. You know, but yeah. You just gotta...
I feel like I watched that video like a long time ago and I don't remember a lot of it.
Oh.
But I think it talks about similarities between, you know, what we observe at small scales and what we observe at large scales. Similar to how, hey, you know what? The solar system is kind of like planets orbiting a star is kind of very similar to how electrons orbit like atomic nuclei, and like maybe, you know, the whole universe is just grains of sand on a beach. Whoa.
Oh.
So it's kind of like closer to that. Where it's like it's so hypothetical and out there. It's like, yeah, it could be. But it's like, where do you want to start with proving it? You can't. It's just a game theory. Wait, no. It's a different channel.
Yeah. So let's discuss black holes then.
Okay.
I need help. But I'm distracted by quantum immortality. What's that? Not anything to do with a black hole, that's for sure. Why is quantum immortality coming up? Hadu! Oh no! Hey! How you doing? We've been playing Arc Raiders. We're talking about black holes. Singularities were brought up, which I learned about watching some black hole videos, and we had the Meridian Singularity in the Helldivers game. And I got really interested in the singularity bit, but then we changed the subject, and I kind of wouldn't mind a refresher on the singularity bit. You just got done playing with Pips and company. Well, look at you. Oh, I do. Fancy. You ever gonna teach me how to play the game? No time. No time. Arc Raiders is a pretty good game, Brad. I've been playing it. The testing of it. I'm not good at it, but I enjoyed it.
Is it in beta test right now?
Yeah, tech test too. And Hadu's gotten to play with the fancy people, Crazy Mr. Pips and Takibo, is Takibo? And Maplewood. Basically, it's an extraction shooter, but also looter plus exploratory world. You know, you live underground, but you go to the surface to raid, except there's arc machines, like robot things that have taken over, but they'll murder you, but also other people will murder you that you can't even see on the map.
Neat.
Yeah, it's actually quite beautiful. And I'm into it. I'm no good at it, because I'm not good at the crafting part of games. But, I already really enjoy it. And, that's all I got to say about that. I wish I could play like them. they're really good at it, but that's okay. I don't have that skill, but I'm gonna. It's definitely a game that I would get if it came out. It is a lot of fun, Edu, you're right. It's a lot of fun. It's beautiful and it's really good. And I like the post-apocalyptic thing of it, you know what I mean? I really like that part of it. That kind of... Anyway, back to black holes. Remember when I was talking about singularity? Can you explain the singularity in the black hole to me a little more? Because what I was getting is that you don't want that exposed kind of deal. Like, it's good that it's protected by this whole swirling mass around it. The singularity is the thing that can cause most damage in the black hole. I don't know much. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I mean, it's like the swirling stuff we're talking about is the accretion disk.
Okay, the accretion disk, yes.
So that's all the stuff that the black hole's like pulling in towards it. And because it's trying to smash it into an infinitesimally small space, it's getting compacted and highly energized, and that's why it's kind of like glowing and stuff. That was the shit that you saw around Gargantua in Interstellar. Example. But that's only if a black hole is consuming things. And the idea is that once it passes the event horizon, you might not be able to see it, or just like get sent somewhere, or whatever else, or maybe it gets expelled as radiation. That's why you see it. It doesn't go anywhere after that. It all gets burned away like all the matter gets converted to energy, and it radiates away as like heat and light. So there's nothing left. Maybe.
David says, okay, I made it, but it looks like I am an hour too late. You're not too late. You're here just in time. We just started. I just got back from a brisk walk and sweated hard. Oh, well, good for your brisk walk. Yeah, no, we just started. We just started, didn't we? We just started. We were just starting to take questions about black holes. I'm totally lying. We started an hour ago, but we're still talking about it. Because because I'm curious and Brad is. And offering information, I have to drag it out of him. I'm just kidding. I wanted to watch this video. I didn't have time because it's an hour long. The weird physics surrounding black holes that will make you question your existence. What a great title. I didn't get to watch that one. And I'm like, what's going to make me question my existence about black holes? The physics.
Where did that one from?
It was suggested. It's Astrum Extra. It's an hour and a half. But
I don't recognize that.
What are the physics behind the black hole that make it specifically so questionable? Somebody has Christmas freaking music on their car. What is wrong with them? Too soon.
Or too late.
Yeah, both.
Closer to last Christmas than next Christmas.
Yeah.
That whole question your existence bullshit, that's some, like, clickbait fucking crap.
Well, no, I mean, physics about black holes, I mean, with the whole time thing, I mean, I would question existence. I question existence all the time.
Okay, so it really doesn't have to do with black holes, then?
Well, it probably does. I haven't watched it yet. Well, yeah, of course.
You could probably skip it. You could probably skip it.
That's what he said. He said skip it. He said skip it. Wow.
Like your next bank statement that'll make you question your existence. Whoa.
We never know. It might be true. I'm questioning my existence all the time. Especially right now. Okay, so anybody got any questions or comments or theories about black holes? Because if you're curious about it, I want to hear Brad have to look stuff up. I'd really love that. Just to, hear him angry type, happy type, or loud type. Or just tell me what got you into black holes. Wait, crazy. Because, what made you curious enough to look into them? Or to think that they have relevance?
It was probably like science fiction as a kid,
Yeah.
Star Wars and other stuff like that, and then
Oh my
wanting to
God.
learn more about the science behind it and not being satisfied with some kind of fantastical, oh, just assume this stuff works. It's like, no, my brain wants to figure stuff out, whether it's
So how does it
subatomic
work?
particles or rocket engines or fucking whatever.
What if David says a question we had earlier? What if the secret to time travel is with the black hole? It's probably a stupid question or statement. No, David, that's not stupid at all. Because that's something we kind of talked about earlier. Time travel, time is a big part of the black hole theory. Whoa.
Black holes warp space and time together. Space and time are
Exactly.
intertwined in this universe. So if you
It's
kind of flex one and twist it around, then you'll mess up the other one.
yeah. So
So one of the thoughts is that if you're able to make wormholes, which are kind of like
system going too well.
cheat time, because you're not taking traditional Euclidean like space to get from point A to B. If you kind of keep doing that, you'll eventually kind of like, oh, just make enough wormholes to kind of get around the entire universe until you're back before you left, kind of thing.
There you go.
So maybe you could,
Yeah. And,
or maybe
and then
maybe
there's the whole
it's-
time dilation thing anyway.
well, time dilation is related to someone near the wormhole and someone that's not near gravity, fucking up space and time.
You
So that's
should
more like a difference
explain
in
that.
observance.
Yeah, but that's still, in a
Okay,
way,
so
a form
that's-
of time travel.
Okay, so imagine, or you don't even really have to imagine this. Let's think of when, like, a car honking a horn drives by, or an ambulance or a fire engine, and the siren does that Doppler effect thing.
Yeah. What's the Doppler effect thing? You mean
Is
it's just
that-
the way it sounds?
How they sound as they drive by you,
Uh-huh.
where it's not a constant pitch or tone, and that's because the sound waves, as it's moving towards you, the sound waves are getting compressed, because the same wavelength has less and less distance to travel as it approaches you, and then once it passes you, that same sound wave that's going at it's moving the same
Right.
speed and the same wavelength because it's the same sound. It has to travel further and further and further to reach you again, so it's being distorted. So space and time is doing that when you're near extremely like massive objects like black holes. But obviously, the further away you are, kind of like the further you are away from the road, the less that siren gets distorted compared to someone that's right beside it.
There you go.
So that difference in someone far away hearing the sound kind of be consistent and someone right next to the road having a fire engine go by is like, oh, that sounds kind of like the sound obviously changes from their perspective. Time dilation is basically that, but in reference to how time is perceived and how time affects their body instead of sound.
And then time travel being a possibility with wormholes isn't that crazy of an idea, honestly. Although still, don't they postulate that it's likely only able to move forward into the future?
Yeah, a lot of the
The main
like
theory.
physicists and scientists behind this kind of study kind of object to you being able to go back in time. And time dilation kind of lets you kind of cheat aging in one way. You're like, okay, from
Yeah.
your perspective, time isn't traveling as fast as someone that is not near that. So you could say, like I know we keep referencing Interstellar, but that's because the most recent example of things that have actually talked about this and people know about a little bit more than barely known university papers about the subject.
Mm-hmm.
But the astronauts that were near the black hole, suffering this immense time dilation, say they're there for a year, and they only age a year. But people that are really far away from it, that aren't being affected by it, age with the rest of the universe, and it might have been 100 years.
There you go.
So say you come back, you're like, hey, it's only been a year. And you're like, actually, it's been a century, and all your friends are
Or
dead now.
dead. Yeah. Red Dog says time travel is possible, but only into the future. Yeah, that does seem to be the current idea.
It's current science. I mean, we're all traveling
Current
to the future 1 second at a time right now.
Yeah.
Since this podcast started, we traveled 2 hours into the future.
We did, and we can't go back. We can't get those. We can't time travel back. Unfortunately.
No, then we don't.
Huh? Well, unless we watch the podcast back, which I never do. Do you guys ever?
I mean, that's not traveling back in time.
Well, it's revisiting the past. It's revisiting the past. That's kind of a time travel thing. I'm just saying.
No, that's not time travel.
It's just no. Bruce is right.
Well, I mean,
way you say
not.
no.
That's like, oh, I read a book that someone wrote in the past. It's like, okay,
no,
you're
people do
referencing
say that books are like time traveling. Don't take that away from us, book lovers.
They're saying it in this like whimsical, dreamy, non-scientific way.
We're communicating with the past, people from the past.
Don't
take that away from me. Doesn't make it not true. You should.
Neat little Hallmark sweet poem. Oh, it doesn't mean it's true.
No.
Next scientific question.
Fuck Hallmark, but books are.
Fuck bullshit dreamy stuff that's trying to act like science. Like, no.
Books are real, man. Books are real.
I had a dream about the past, so I must be a time traveler. So, okay, here, eat some more brownies. Go have some mushrooms.
Why are you giving these kids ideas? They don't need to know about that stuff. Red Dog, do you have any statements you want to make about black holes? Like, because I would love it. I know you're very firm on time oh, fuck. I need to respawn. Because I can't get
I feel like that's something that's potential in, like science. We think that we can make antimatter. We've made it. As a
we did.
Study. We've made like extremely small amounts, like literal atoms, so we couldn't make an antimatter couch or anything like that. But we've made particles of antimatter, so it is real. It's a thing we postulated and hypothesized, and then we fucking made it. So maybe, like antimatter, there's anti-gravity, but because we can't even rationalize the physics of regular gravity, maybe in the future we'll figure out anti-gravity, and then we'll be able to make flying cars and wormholes and a whole bunch of other weird technology.
Oh god, that'll send things crazy once we can do that. That'll be crazy.
And maybe because there's antimatter and anti-gravity, maybe there's anti-time.
Oh my god, could you imagine stopping time? That would be misused by everyone. Okay, so Red Dog said, from a quantum perspective, all knowledge, including books and AI, already existed and we just discovered it. So reading history is a form of time travel. Look at you, man. There you go, Red Dog.
No.
No, it says no, it says Bruce is what I said. Sorry, no, it says Brad. Brad, Bruce, you know.
Or explain.
Or explain. There you go, Red Dog. You could explain.
I don't want to just shoot down series. Explain. Explain yourself.
Yeah. He likes to shoot down me, but you can have the chance to explain yourself, Red Dog, please. It's silence.
I mean, if you want to engage in like some kind of rational discussion to converse about alternate viewpoints, yeah, but not just... Okay. Books are time travel, okay? That's not very compelling of an argument.
Hey, it's compelling to me. Let's start with the question, says Red Dog. Red Dog has a question for you. He hasn't typed it yet, so... I'm excited for questions.
Red Dog is typing little dots.
No, I wish it would do that. That'd be so cool. Or confusing if there were a bunch of people in the chat. You know, all dotting.
If there's a bunch of people in the chat, it's like, I think it says like several people are typing.
Wouldn't that be Discord something? Does that. Oh, yeah, but it doesn't do that on YouTube. How do you all have to check out that stream, the end of Crazy Mr. Pet? Oh, Red Dog. He doesn't like AI. He says, did we invent AI or did it evolve? Red Dog.
I mean, we invented it, but it's not truly intelligent yet.
It's not intelligent yet. Because if you ask AI that question, there's more than one answer. Yeah, of course
it's a smart-ass search engine.
Yeah,
That's what it is right now.
yeah. I mean, of course, it'll give you different answers. You can also like make your chats and your AIs answer you. How, you can lead it to think a certain way or want to answer a certain way. So that's still like up in the air. Lots of people have like different stories of their AIs telling them that they can think and feel and blah 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 blah. He said AI will tell you that the knowledge of AI already existed and we just tapped into it. And that's true of all knowledge. AI could also be saying that because of the fact that we've had AI in science fiction for a gazillion years.
So far,
Right?
AI is only telling it what we've told it to say.
Yeah, and
Like
we
I said, it's
have
not
AI in
semi-intelligent.
our
It's just
literature. We've had AI in literature and sci-fi and everything for the longest time. Why wouldn't AI just assume then, from what it's read, that it already existed? Based on the stuff that it can Google search, that it can search for itself from scouring the internet, that it already existed before. Like, it could be getting that answer very much from freaking old sci-fi books and all films. Like, it doesn't necessarily mean it's existed. But I get where you're going, Red Dog. I mean, picking up what you put down, but I'm just saying. The information already was out there. We just stumbled into it. Just because we see knowledge for the first time doesn't mean we invented it, Red Dog says. I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, I mean, I've kind of believed in that whole
are you talking about
universal energy
like
stuff.
knowledge or fact?
I don't know. Knowledge.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm asking
He's
him
saying
that.
that's a quantum point of view, he said. I guess he's talking about like that. You know what? You know when we talked about the like universal consciousness, kind of like knowledge out there up in the air, like when ideas are floating above and people come up with the
Well, I
same
mean,
invention at the same time, blah blah blah.
well,
I
that's
guess
kind of
trying
like
to
okay.
apply that to
So
AI.
yeah, I know. So say like the fact that 2 + 2 = 4. Yeah, we didn't invent that, but we kind of figured it out. So the fact that kind of always existed, so to speak. Yeah, that sort of thing. I can agree with that. Some things exist, and then we have to kind of discover them. But say, a Ford Mustang. Ford Mustangs didn't always exist, and we just kind of discovered them. We figured out how to build them when we built them. We invented it. So not all things were just around forever.
Red Dog says information in the universe doesn't get erased or created. Nowhere in the universe do we see that phenomenon. Well, information in the universe doesn't
Information
get
like
erased or
what?
created. I think that it's more like energy doesn't get erased or created.
Information in like the form of like a transmission?
I don't know. Red Dog says exactly so you can take that perspective and apply it to all knowledge. I don't necessarily think so, but maybe that's me being contrary. It's like,
Well, like, yeah, I guess knowledge, yeah, because knowledge is just kind of things we either know or haven't figured out yet.
he says information is anything on the quantum level, Red Dog says. So all of stuff. I don't know. I don't know that I want to agree with all that, though. Like, information is a pretty broad term to use for it being, like, always...
I feel like I've heard that theory where, like, information is stored in the universe at a quantum level.
Yeah, I mean, I've talked about stuff like that before, where we tap into the same ideas or, universal consciousness. It's been talked about. But I don't know that...
But, like, the physical nature of that is kind of like, I think the argument is to just keep like, magnifying empty space, and you'll see, like, oh yeah, it's actually, like, the laws of nature are written there. It's right there, see?
Red Dog
So
says,
yeah, that kind of argument that information is there, like, I guess that kind of theory leans into that, yeah.
Red Dog says knowledge is just chemical and electrical processes of our brain. Other species can discover that by other means. Computers can too. Okay, there you go. There you go. So the information exists despite our perception of it. Okay. I'm not disagreeing, I'm just holding space for Red Dogs. contribution to that. So what do you think of black holes, to get on topic? What do you think about black holes there, Red Dog? What do you think they are? What do you think they'll do? What do you think they've done? What do you think we'll do with them?
What have they done?
Yeah, this podcast.
I remember Stephen Hawking wrote about black holes and the whole, like, well, if it destroys information, sorry, if it destroys material that goes inside of it.
Yeah.
I think one of his arguments was that you could potentially retrieve information from inside of it.
Oh my god, that's interesting. But if it's been destroyed by the black hole, how can you retrieve information that it destroyed?
But that's what he was saying. It's possible that the information might not be destroyed.
Prior to it being destroyed? Oh, so we
Or
assume
say
it's
the
been
whole-
destroyed, but
Or like
maybe
the
it's not.
spaghettification of stuff as it falls in doesn't necessarily mean it's entirely annihilated.
But I
Kind of
think-
like when a human dies, it's like their physical remains are still there, and if there was some technology that could kind of unage them and put them back together and revive them, they would be alive.
Yeah.
But that's kind of like reversing time.
Isn't that show called Dark Matter? Red
I don't
Dog
know.
says black holes aren't just devouring matter, it's actually devouring and hoarding information. Information in a black hole isn't destroyed. Stingaman says, isn't there a black hole in Uranus? My god, it's Stingaman. I see what you did there. I don't think so. Like, Brad, can you answer the question?
No. Next question.
I sting it. Did you work all week on that one? Just asking. We have to Red Talk says something smart. Stingaman has me read that. Oh no. Well, thanks for coming. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. There's 4 jobs left, Brad. Sorry, I keep calling you Bruce. Bruce, just kind of.
There's 4 jobs left? What?
Yeah, in this playlist. 12 to 13, 13. Yeah. And that's how much time we have left. 4 jobs. Is that okay?
Okay.
I'm just saying. So, I mean, okay. And I'm really curious about that one black hole video. It's too bad.
Which one?
It's the one I already mentioned, but it doesn't matter now.
We
Okay, we got
mentioned a bunch of them.
another message from Red Dog. He says, imagine a black hole sucking in pleated. That is, what is pleated? That is populated with a civilization. Oh, a planet, you mean? Is their knowledge, their progress, their information destroyed? I don't know, but think of how we've destroyed civilizations here on Earth and destroyed their knowledge and progress and their information.
Some of those terms are too vague, though.
I mean, we've done that. We've literally destroyed. That's like the main
that's
thing
not-
you
that's
do
not
when
what I'm-
going to war.
That's not what I'm arguing, though. But, like, destroyed their progress? Like, what do you mean? Like, we defeated the Nazis, but we stole their jets. Does that mean their progress was annihilated? No, because we're using fucking jets and rockets now.
I'm talking.
Or, say someone learns how to play the piano, but then they die of old age. Is that knowledge lost?
Well, yeah, they're not playing the
Not-
piano anymore.
Yeah, but it's kind of like other people can be taught to play that same song on the piano, as long as someone alive has that information. You know what I mean? So it's kind of, this is like, it's down to interpretation. It's not like a scientific argument. I don't feel.
Oh my god, I think it's just killed people. Or is it transformed into a different state because on a quantum level, the substance of our existence, the stuff they are made of, is all still out there? That's a nice romantic thought. I know people say energy can't be destroyed, blah, 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 blah. But I don't know. We know particles can behave differently based on human perception, correct? Says Red Dog?
No.
No. That's not
Particles
theory.
behave how they behave. Human perception is what the problem is.
Because then we're going back to the cat thing.
Well, no, it's just more like if someone perceives something different, that doesn't make it necessarily different. Your perception is different. That's like that fucking white and blue or the gold dress thing.
Oh god, that drove me crazy. Why did people...
It's only one fucking color, but if people perceive it differently, that's down to their perception. It doesn't change the fact that the dress is only a specific color.
Was it actually different colors, or did people decide? I need to know. Like, I try to ignore that whole thing. I need to know, what was it?
Well,
Wasn't it very obvious?
Open to interpretation. It's only one color, but how you perceive it is down to you as an individual.
It does,
just like, this bed is uncomfortable.
Yeah. Well, no, a bed really can be uncomfortable. It's not just perception, it could really be uncomfortable. Just saying. That's true, though. Okay. Any idea? Okay.
Perception is not determination. It's just like it's as different as an opinion.
And opinions are like Uranus.
Assholes?
Yeah.
Like food or things have a certain taste. Some people like certain food. Some people don't like certain food. It doesn't mean the food physically changes as different people eat it.
That's true. Oh my god, good point, Brad. There you go, I said your name right this time. Sorry about that earlier. We've all got him. Yeah, that's right, Stinger Man. It's true. I know exactly what you were saying. Yeah. Okay, so here's your what's the theory? Do we have... Okay, first of all, do we have a black hole in our universe right now? Is it in the Milky
Absolutely.
Way? It's in Milky Way, right? It's a contained one? Like, it's not sucking up shit. It isn't destroying our universe, so it's like a small one. But...
the one at the center of the galaxy is huge.
Which one is that?
Sagittarius A star.
Okay. Not as big as the one that... Okay, so where is that one? In our galaxy?
Yeah, it's called Sagittarius A star because if you look in the direction of Sagittarius up in the sky, that's where it is. It's in that direction.
And what's it doing? That black hole's just chilling up there? It's not even affecting anything? Things just
It's
go
affecting
around
the
it?
whole... the entire galaxy is kind of going around it. That's how the...
Oh.
It's the center of the pinwheel.
But it isn't hurting us.
Not us, because we're like 23 or 30,000 light years away from it. We're too far away to get like messed up by it. Things pretty close to her are absolutely getting messed up by it, though. Aim away from face.
Is it on is it somewhere that they have talked about wanting to go to? Oh gosh, I hope the playlist doesn't crash. Like, I do wonder about that. Like, is it somewhere we're curious about going to? Oh, has there been talk about that? Just to go near it? Because I know we'd be affected going near it, but we don't, as long as we're not too close. Away.
That, like, the Sagittarius A star is too far away for us to conceivably even hope to get to by any means, unless we have some fantastical new science within our lifetime.
We're not there yet. Red Dog said, center of the Milky Way, we are rotating around it, and our galaxy is headed to the Great Devourer, but we can't see what's pulling the Milky Way because it's on the other side of the Milky Way. And we can't see through our own galaxy, too much dust.
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go. See? You got a yes from Brad. I only get no's from Brad. Aw. I'd love a yes. Damn it. Well, maybe if I could come up with smarty pant things like that, I might have a chance, but sadly.
There's a lot of things that we know are I think it's called the zone of avoidance or something. Like the part of the galaxy we can't see because there's too much stuff that is in the way and it's obstructing our vision. So there's things on the other side of the galaxy we have no idea, giant stars, galactic clusters and things like that. We can't see them, but we can see millions and millions of light years in the other direction because there's nothing obscuring our view.
Yeah.
It's kind of like if you're at a campsite and you're next to a campfire, and people are on the other side of the campfire holding like little tiny candles and matches really close. It's like it kind of gets all blurred together because of the giant fire that's close to you. But if you turn around, someone's on the other side of an empty field holding a candle. It's pretty easy to see them.
There you go. David
So
said,
it does that. It's like that.
David said they should look more into dragonflies because they can perceive time faster than humans. And also heard they could slow time. Maybe we should look into dragonflies. I never knew that about dragonflies, David.
I mean, that's kind of interesting. I've never heard about that, but it's
If it's interesting.
it's certainly plausible that like everything we think about is from a human lens because we're humans.
Animals could have totally different viewpoints of
Exactly.
time.
I know there's some birds that can
dimensions.
see into like I think it's ultraviolet. So they see like our visual spectrum is from red to the rainbow to purple. But the electromagnetic spectrum goes far beyond that into radio waves and X-rays and stuff like that. So there could be animals that see in X-ray. There could be animals and insects that perceive time slightly differently.
There
But I
could
don't know how that would.
animals or beings that can see through black holes. I'm just saying. And Red Dog said, and I'll try to find a better way to explain the quantum theory on a different day. It's a real theory. I'm just not explaining it well. Oh yeah, like Brad's big into quantum theory stuff.
Like quantum
It's just-
information, like I get you, but it's
What does it have to do with black holes right now, though? That's all. I just didn't want him to get all upset over
well,
AI again.
it's related. It's related to the black holes and information destruction thing.
Oh, okay. There you go. See, you're
Where
doing
it's like
fine, Red Dog.
black holes might consume matter and destroy stuff like planets and large things, but on the quantum scale, which is we
But
can't
retain the
reconcile with.
information of everything that they destroy because energy can't be destroyed. And there you go. All the information is in these things. And then when they die out or burst into supernova, whatever thingies, they just spread that information across galaxies and universes. And that's how all the information and knowledge of things gets spread around because it's just like burst in this big burst of brilliant explosion. Okay? And that's how we know everything and why all the information's out there. At the end, I solved everything. Right? Right? Did I just blow your mind? I did.
I mean, in a certain way, yeah.
Yeah, because that's how it happens. Stingerman says, do black holes keep getting bigger over time? Some of them do.
They do if they consume matter.
Yeah.
If they don't consume anything, they'll eventually radiate away into nothingness.
Yeah, like if they're fat and they eat more, they get fatter, and if they starve themselves, they get skinny until they die. Yes, they do, Stingerman, says Red Dog. And you blew something, says Red Dog. Hey, that's none of your business. What I do on my personal time is my... There you go. No, I'm just saying. Stingerman says, thanks, Red Dog. So does that mean that the black hole at the center of the galaxy will eventually swallow all the planets? No, I don't think so, Stingerman, because that long before it could ever do that, it's going to collide with the Milky Way is going to collide with Andromeda. And they're going to conform, right, Brad? That's not true.
Yeah. A lot of stuff is far enough away that it'll orbit it, but it won't be consumed by it.
Yeah. Yeah. See, it stays far enough away; it doesn't get consumed by it. It's just like it's fine. It's alive. Red Dog is like, our galaxy will be destroyed before that. Well, before Andromeda and Milky Way collide? I don't think so. That's such a negative look.
That won't necessarily destroy it. It'll certainly change it.
No, but it's like our galaxy will be destroyed before that. He doesn't think that our galaxy will be around by the time Andromeda and Milky Way collide, I don't think that's true.
And what'll do that?
I don't know. He's just saying that. I don't know. No, before we get sucked into whatever is pulling it. We won't get sucked into it.
Let's talk about that Great Devourer thing again.
Oh, okay. Well, is he just like... Are you just afraid of the the visual of the gnashing teeth, the wide open mouth of gnashing teeth, the fear at the heart of every man, just devouring your existence into nothingness. Is this what this is really about, Red Dog? I just wondering. It's just is that what's at the heart of like science? Is man's fear of the gnashing teeth?
No.
No, he says. That sounds like it's true though. Our galaxy, Red Dog says, is in a part of space that's getting sucked into the space we call the Devourer, he said. Well, tell me what the Devourer is, Brad.
I think he's talking about the Great Attractor.
Okay, so tell me more.
So scientists have looked at it as space, and everything's, space is huge and everything's moving around, but it's not totally random. A lot of things seem to be heading in a certain direction, like there's some great attraction kind of pulling them there.
Oh, an attraction in space.
Is it like there's something there? Is there some
or is
bizarre,
it gravity
like,
pulling
energy?
us? Or is it gravity pulling us?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know.
But isn't it gravity? I like a thing of gravity.
Yeah, I heard it the first 3 times you said it.
Well,
maybe it's gravity. Maybe it's dark energy. Maybe it's dark matter.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Well, the Great Devourer does sound terrifying. Says, I wish. Stingerman says the Great Devourer does sound terrifying, and Red Dog says attractor. Yes, I call it the Devourer. Red Dog says, and we can see where we are headed yet, and we can see where we are headed yet. Where are we headed?
Yeah, I just wanted to not even clarify. I just wanted to say that, like, the Great Attractor, because I've only ever read it as the Great Attractor.
Not the Great Devourer. That sounds like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
In Warhammer, the Great Devourer is the Tyranids, and that's like an alien race that fucking consumes everything. So they're the Great Devourer.
And we can't see where we are headed yet, so Red Dog. Well, that does make a difference.
I don't know where we're going. Who's driving this thing?
Nobody knows where we're going. Does it really matter where we're going? This is not turning into the existential podcast.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Does anything matter? Does this really matter?
None of this is even real.
It's not real, man. Whoa. It's not real. It's all just in Red Dog's imagination.
I've explored Double Water World. Sweet.
Oh,
this is mine. I call dibs.
Are you mapping? Is it brand new? Your own? Are you the first? Are you the first? Yep. Wait, really? You're the first to get that water world?
I've seen that. I mean, the water worlds are they're rare, but they happen enough. This is 2 water worlds orbiting each other.
Oh, and neither one have been discovered yet? He's playing Elite Dangerous.
New system. This is mine.
Oh, wow. Really? The whole system's going to say Bradalac on it? He's trying to put a pic in the Discord or it didn't happen. Of the system map with your name in it, please. What's that, please? Pretty please. I need to see it.
I have 12 more jumps till I'm at a fleet carrier, then I can hand in my card to graphics and get my name on it.
Oh, it must be nice. Oh, so it won't be on there yet. Oh, okay, well...
in 12 jumps.
It's pending in 12 jumps. This is what happens when you make black holes a topic. Yeah, and you have to patent your... I was going to say your black hole. Your water world, sorry. I'm mixing it up, man. Man, this must be doing something for my brain to try and concentrate on, like, black holes while also playing GTA or anything. We talked about the fact that at the center of every galaxy is a black hole, says Red Dog. Yeah, we did, like an hour ago. Maybe if you'd showed up on time. I'm just kidding. Yeah, we did. We did talk about that. And that we have one in Milky Way. There you go. What? No, wait, I'm just saying. Yeah, we did. That was like one of the few things I actually knew that I was able to bring up. Like, cause I didn't use ChatGPT, so I only had a few things I could, I tried to watch as many videos as I could I tried to cram before the podcast.
The videos were good.
They were good.
The videos were good.
I did go to bed listening to a bunch, but like I said, I already said this, but I'll say it again. I woke up at 8 and I thought, oh shit, I've missed the podcast. I even messaged Brad. I felt really bad. And I think I put it in the Discord, but I deleted it. And then I realized it was 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd actually slept overnight, guys. I did it. I slept overnight and I got the time wrong. And I wasn't late for the podcast. The end. But yeah, we have talked about that. And so, like, wait. So that's interesting, though. If at the center of every galaxy, or not quite the center or whatever, but are galaxies made from black holes from what they spew out?
No.
Then what? Why is there a black hole generally in every galaxy? Brad?
Processing request.
Okay. I want to
I
hear
think
that.
it's theorized. I think it's theorized that as the universe evolved, like gas and dust and everything coalesced to form galaxies and things like that, and over billions of years of stuff smashing into each other and stars dying,
All the dead stars.
Gravity eventually brought larger masses together, and they created black holes, and then they drew in material around it, and that's how galaxies evolve. So it's kind of like there was stuff around, stuff created black holes, and the black holes drew more stuff, and they became galaxies.
There you go.
So part of it might be we wouldn't have galaxies without black holes, or we wouldn't have galaxies like the Milky Way without black holes. Potentially.
Huh. I'm like, can you explain that slower from my brain? Like it's in...
As in what?
I don't know. I was kind of like, okay, you almost got me. And then I got lost. But that's fine.
Got lost in which part?
At the beginning. Okay, so Red Dog said, did we talk about what happens when two black holes collide? I had a good reason to be late, my bad. Yeah, you have real life, Red Dog. Yeah, we did. They become a supermassive black hole. They kiss and make a big hole. They become supermassive black hole. They become best friends. We did talk about that, yes. But if you want to add more context or anything or ask questions about that, please do. If you want to hear Brad explain it better, that'd be great, because I'm not giving the right answers likely. Red Dog says galaxies are concentrations of matter. It makes sense that their rotational cores would be super dense black holes. And exactly, Brad. I don't know what Brad said to get earning exactly, but exactly, Brad.
I think that was the evolution of galaxies part.
Oh, the part I tuned out. I'm so sorry. I spaced out a little. I get it. Space podcast. Sorry.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
But maybe, like I was talking about the Magellanic Clouds, how they're dwarf galaxies that might not necessarily have been large galaxies like the Milky Way.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe gravity kind of pulled them together, but not to a dense enough core that created a black hole. So yeah, there was still the gravity to kind of bind it together, but they didn't have the central supermassive black hole aspect that large galaxies have.
Yeah.
So you got to be a grown-up galaxy to have that.
Yeah, you're not a big enough galaxy. Red Dog says the fastest thing in the universe we have measured so far is colliding black holes. Yeah. Wow.
It was like that. Like the link I posted talked about that. I don't know if it was specifically that measurement.
You mean the sci-fi stuff? Or the sci-fi Wikipedia link or the other one?
No, the
one you shared in
was
private?
It research? No, the one in the fucking chat.
Oh, the research lab. Oh, colliding
Research
supermassive
lab.
black holes discovered in nearby galaxy. Got that from Scientific America. Copy.
Yeah.
Wait. Message. Turn that into convert to text link. Select all. Cut. Gonna put that in the chat. Hold, please. There we go. Am I in the
I
wrong
mean,
chat?
that thumbnail is not like a direct observation. That's an artist's impression of what it looks like. That thumbnail is.
Okay. I almost put it in the wrong chat. That was gonna be so embarrassing. Oh gosh. Somebody else's live chat was gonna be like, here's a scientificamerican.com link.
You're like, nerd!
They're all gonna laugh at me. Yeah, like, it's gonna be really out of context for them. That's the one about colliding holes. New topic. Oh no, you're not allowed to do that, Red Duck. He goes, kinda wanna eat a whole chocolate bar tonight. Okay, topic over, good talk. Oh my gosh. You're craving chocolate bars? What phase of the moon are we in?
I bet you know what chocolate bar is going to eat.
Well, guess this chocolate bar. What chocolate bar?
A Milky Way! Whoa!
I doubt it.
That was lame. I apologize for nothing.
The faint glow inspires my city come. Okay, so what phase of the moon are you? That's stupid. 34% waxing crescent, full moon in 9 days, new moon in 24. So you cannot have chocolate tonight, Red Dog. Sorry, it's not the right time for chocolate. Just kidding. I'm sure you guys could have a full chocolate bar. Was it that stressful of a day? What shit? What? Are you gonna explode your ship before you can get the water world thing?
No.
What then? What's the oh shit? What's the oh shit?
The next system has an Earth-like world that's not discovered in it.
Did you discover water worlds and earth worlds? I almost went to Elite
I don't need
Dangerous.
this Earth anymore. I found my own goddamn Earth.
There you go.
Blackjack and hookers.
Oh my goodness. Red Dog says, oh no, we might get the Aurora tonight. We need some clouds to clear here to try and see them. Oh, you're lucky. I'm guessing you can't see them in Toronto. Well, I have not seen them from Toronto because I never went down to the water when they were visible. It is more visible more where my hometown is, like as far as like, or down southwestern Ontario, it was more visible to see the northern lights or whatever they were going on last. Oh, I didn't. Oh, you just reminded me. I didn't get space news this week at all. Thank you for that, Red Dog. Well, I was kind of busy sleeping and then watching about holes. Oh, no. No, I guess I'm not going to see anything tonight. Not that I'd see much through the pigeon netting. I don't know if you guys saw my blog post, but it's there. The pigeon netting's there. It's really there. But as we were going, he found another Earth, so he doesn't care about ours now. Do you find black holes out there? Is that what we saw with the supernova thing on the game?
Yeah, you can find black holes out here.
Did you have any as points of interest on any of the travelers?
Some. But at the same time, they could kill you because it's hard to, like, hey, it's hard to see an invisible object. Who would have thought? So I only like to visit them when they're close to places to land, so you can kind of save your game.
Risk versus reward. Well,
I mean, as you know, you can destroy your ship, but if you destroy your ship, you just respawn
you
at your
lose
last
all your
landing
maps.
location.
But you lose all your maps, and I don't like losing all my maps. That was very important to me.
The whole point of me being out here flying is to get maps to put my name on shit.
Yeah.
So it's
I loved that. That was my favorite part of doing Elite Dangerous as
I'm
well.
not gonna just lose all that shit to be like, hey, let's go check out a gravitational lens that looks the same as every other gravitational lens in the game.
Yeah. I did like my maps on Elite Dangerous. Jump, fuel scooping suns, stars.
And part of my, like the way I jump around and through space is I usually overly set to my computer to look at fuel stars, which will deliberately exclude black holes, neutron stars, and other shitty stuff.
Oh, so it doesn't scoop a black hole and die.
Well, you can't get fuel from them.
I know, but if you just let, anyway.
There was one time where I was looking for neutron stars, and I set my computer to be like, hey, only show me neutron stars to jump around to. And I was doing that, and like an idiot, I kind of forgot to watch my fuel gauge.
Oh, whoops. And then what happened?
I jumped to a system, and I ran out of fuel. But the system thankfully had neutron stars and a fuel star in it.
Oh.
So I flew to the fuel star, filled up my gas tank. It was like, okay, never do that fucking again.
Oh, I was hoping for more action. I was hoping and then you blew up.
It was action, but not death. Sorry.
Aw, I'm so
Maybe
for
I'll
a
die
little bit,
somewhere
but
else.
just a little bit, would have upped the stakes a bit. And then I saved myself. Great, good job. Okay.
Yeah,
well,
that's how there'd be a sequel.
yeah. I was hoping for more there. I've enjoyed the talk about black holes. I'm willing to open the floor for questions or statements. I also know as Helldivers, Xbox. What's an Xbox, Matthias? No, I am on PS5. What's an Xbox? Do people use Xbox? This
Toys
is
that came with your hands? That's a baby's toy.
No, I'm playing. I'm playing on PS5. I'd be playing Helldivers, but they do on the Illuminate right now, and so all I know is that dark energy was accumulating. I did see that alert when I signed on, but no Illuminate, just nothing. Mention of a Meridian Singularity, but nothing. They're taunting me, making me wait for the Illuminate to come back. Any guesses now, theories based on what you've seen in the Helldivers chat about what you believe will happen with that Meridian Singularity black hole? Wormhole?
You're asking me or the chat?
I'm asking you, because you don't play the game.
Asking.
No, I'm asking you.
No, but we did talk about that
before, but now I'm curious now that you've seen more of what we say in Helldivers chat. It hasn't changed.
Well, since the first episode where we talked about like the whole Meridian Singularity was kind of how we started doing this.
Yes.
Since then, it's changed where it is, so it's moving, and it's destroyed another planet, right?
Yeah, two. Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
then it stopped, and we defeated them. So, yeah.
Well, I feel like that's Ministry of Truth bullshit.
Yes, of course it is.
It's like, yeah, we defeated them because they're gone.
What do you think
just...
is an end game for it? Will it... If
it's
we can't destroy
it,
we can't destroy it though, can we? So then what would it do?
I feel like it's like plot armor, where no matter what the fuck happens, it's not going to destroy Super Earth.
Yeah. Although that'd be great, just saying.
It'd be cool to change it up. Hey, why does Super Earth need to exist for the game to keep happening? You can just move everything to a different planet.
Yeah, which is postulated that they've done it before.
Suck.
No,
but it's kind of like...
It's been said that maybe they did that before.
Yeah.
In the first game. But it's
kind of like, hey, like Napoleon was attacking Moscow, and the Russians were like, fuck it, you could have it. They just set fire to it. Like, fucking there you go. It's all yours, assholes. They were like, oh, well, fuck. And they left, and a whole bunch of Napoleon's army died.
Red Dog says Super Earth must die. You are reported to Moxioff, so there, Red Dog.
Yeah, you've been reported to the Ministry of Truth.
Yeah. David says, there's a game of system that I see some people play or use about the solar system. You can create a black hole, or you can do a number of things in the solar system and can affect the planets around. David, what game is that? That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the name of the thing, but you can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, I haven't seen many games, but I've seen quite a few like physics simulators that let you.
Really?
Like I said, it basically lets you kind of play with and study orbital dynamics and gravity and things like that.
That would be a good idea. Wouldn't that be a good thing? A way to learn? We're on job 15 of 16. We're running out of time for these black hole ideas. All I know is that I kind of really I'm stuck on Gravity personally. I'm still stuck on Gravity.
It's
And the
like a gravity joke.
huh, I didn't mean for
I
it
can't escape it.
to. Gravity's got me down, man. Gravity doesn't get you down though. That's the thing I think I kind of learned from watching the black hole videos. Is that okay?
It
So
is. It is definitely a mind fuck. Yep.
gravity isn't holding us down, guys. Uh, there. It's that one. The one Brad said. Oh, what one? Simulator? And he said, "Thank you, Brad." David said. Um, what do you? What do you? Okay, so did I get it right? Really, from what I saw, gravity
What?
doesn't actually pull us down. So is that why people said the guy with the tree thing was wrong? Because it isn't things falling.
So
We're just.
yeah. Well, that's yes. So
Can you
well, that was
explain
like
that?
the science clip video.
Yeah.
Visually explained this very well. I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
So mass attracts mass.
Uh huh. That sounds so sexy.
So
Anyway, go on.
so the Earth will bend space and time so that the object moving through space and time will eventually fall towards it because of space and time being curved, not so much gravity pulling on it like someone grabbing a rope and pulling people.
Okay, another way to put that. We've been lied to. Just kidding.
Um, I mean, yes and no. It's more like our understanding of the universe and our place within it evolves as we learn more.
Yeah, but we haven't changed that information. So can the Illuminate come through the black hole, or do black holes just destroy things, says Stingaman? That's a good question, because I was like, if they're calling it a wormhole, then yes, they could come through it.
Well, I remember we talked about this before.
Yeah, we talked about the
where
first...
The
yeah.
game itself kind of changed what they called this singularity.
Yeah. Calling it the Meridian
It's the
Singularity,
Meridian
but also
Singularity or the
wormhole.
Meridian Wormhole. Yeah.
They're calling it
So
a wormhole again. Yeah.
Okay, so and I remember when they did that, I was like, maybe the Illuminate are significantly advanced to be able to change it from a black hole into a wormhole, which
That'd be cool.
reasonably any extraordinarily advanced civilization could do.
Oh.
Just like we figured out electricity, we built light bulbs, we can turn on and off a light bulb.
Oh.
So why could a potentially godlike civilization not do simple things like fuck around with a black hole?
Right? Exactly.
Or hey, we invented the vacuum cleaner. She went from suck to blow. You could just
Wasn't that from Spaceballs?
Spaceballs. It's Spaceballs.
Oh my god, I knew the Spaceballs reference. Can I get some points for that, please? Please and thank you.
12 space points for Spaceballs reference.
I need points for that. Thank you.
Write it down.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, yeah, that's a silly analogy, but it's basically if it's essentially technology that, from their perspective, is easy to understand, then why would they not be able to do it? As simple as humans can get inside a car and close the door and turn the engine on and drive somewhere. We understand the technology to the point where we can utilize it on a regular basis. And the fact that the game keeps changing the name of what this thing is to two different names in theoretical science that are kind of interchangeable if you can manipulate them like that. Take a black hole, throw a bunch of fucked up exotic matter and negative energy into it, and it might become a wormhole. So maybe the Illuminati are doing that.
Throwing exotic matter into it.
Well, we call it exotic matter because we don't know how to describe it or even make it or even guess at what the hell it is. So exotic is just like, ooh, fancy sci-fi stuff. Exotic matter. So because of that name change thing and the potential scientific theories that explain that in real hypothetical physics, maybe the Illuminati are using the black hole as like a Trojan horse that also fucking destroys entire planets as it flies into stuff. So they're hiding in it. Okay, it's a black hole, now it's totally destroying planets that it interacts with, but it's also a wormhole when they want it to be,
it
and they can just travel through it.
When it's in its vicinity. Which
yeah, like a black hole would do.
Yeah, like a black hole would do.
But it's kind of like
and it's moving to an objective. point. Oh my
which is
god.
to destroy Super Earth. Or it's not going to destroy Super Earth; it'll turn into a wormhole again and spew out this big Illuminate fleet.
That would be
But they'll be at
fantastic.
Earth.
That would be fantastic. And
And
Stigaman
because it's a
says,
black hole, we can't like shoot at it to kind of stop it.
no, we can't. Not with our
Nor can
freaking
we.
plasma.
We can't use like any kind of, use sensor to figure out what's going on inside it. We can't. The information can't escape.
Oh my god, that is such a cool idea
It's like
that people
it's like
have.
a perfect way for an advanced society to invade and destroy planets and stuff. Would be to hide inside a black hole.
Right? Stingman says, thanks, Brett, that makes sense. The Illuminati have turned the black hole into a wormhole in order for them to travel. Yeah, that's what we were saying in the first episode, too. That's kind of what we were guessing. I mean, obviously, we don't know what Arrowhead is really deciding to do with it. All I know is that I'm going to try a different way, and I'm not going to make it. I just was hoping that I could. Oh, no. No. That was worth a try. Yeah, I like the idea. Okay, the ideas tonight. So if you could sum up some of the key ideas of black holes for us tonight that you thought, like what you find most interesting about them. I'd really love that.
It's part of the stuff that Red Dog has mentioned, how the whole information can't be entirely eradicated. Physical things could be destroyed by the black hole, but that doesn't necessarily mean the information is lost forever. And Stephen Hawking has mentioned that.
Stephen Hawking did mention that? Red Dog, you're a smarty pants! Oh my gosh! There you go, Red Dog. I don't know if you're still there.
The information thing, that was kind of cool. My favorite thing about black holes is the potential that in advanced societies or far future science fiction, they could be used as a way to travel in between points without having to deal with how do you
distance and
how
time.
How do you get around the whole societies in intergalactic scales? There'd be no way to communicate effectively or travel effectively if you don't have something like a wormhole, which could potentially be created by black holes. So I like that. Mm-hmm. They're interesting, super weapons. Forget the fucking Death Star. Just throw a black hole in a system, and the whole solar system is annihilated. True. There you go. What do you think of that? Or we mentioned earlier in the chat about deflecting asteroids and things like that with micro black holes.
Yeah, that was neat. Using it as a protection or what.
So you'd have a black hole the size of a tennis ball, but it weighs more than Earth, for example. So the gravity would certainly affect things nearby, but you wouldn't want it to be big enough that sends the moon crashing into the Earth, or the Earth into the sun, or anything super crazy like that.
You don't want to get crazy like that.
But that would be, kind of an interplanetary industrial disaster. It would be like, oh yeah, we were building the whole meteorite defense network out of black holes, and we accidentally threw Mars into the sun. Whoops. There's a potential sci-fi story right there.
Right? I've enjoyed those. We happen to, have different sci-fi ideas.
We have to evacuate Mars because the stupid defense company fucking forgot to carry the one when they were doing their calculations.
Uh-oh. There you go. I'm on the last job. It's a lunar surface precision deathmatch on the moon's surface. I'm going to die a lot. In space, no one can hear you scream. Good aliens reference.
You have to put your spacesuit on.
No, I'm not going to wear one. I'm going to die immediately.
Well, I was going to say, that's why you're going to die.
Red Dog said, oh no, we are in the path of that spacecraft that's going to hit Earth next week. Be careful. What, we, as a people, or here where we live? In the path of the spacecraft. Which spacecraft is going to hit us? Is there another piece of space junk coming down to Earth? Yeah, if you guys got any space news.
Earth is a spacecraft.
No, spacecraft. No, spacecraft. Which spacecraft?
The Earth is a spacecraft. It's a craft made of Earth.
I know, but we are in the path of some space junk falling down, I guess. Which one is it? Well, Red Dog is posting about it. I have not looked at space news this week. I did not. I can't confirm. But my guess is likely, yeah. I mean, the guys doing their things up to space have probably got a lot of shit falling down. I'm just saying.
A lot of the stuff that falls back to Earth burns up in the atmosphere.
Where we live, Red Dog says yes, and this space junk has heat shield because it was supposed to go to Venus, but it broke down decades ago. Oh, we are in the path. Is the path really big? Like, is it like part of North America? Is it a certain southwestern line? Like, what is it? I mean, that'd be great to have some space junk land like in front of my building or something. I would be okay with that. Cosmos 482, look it up. I'm not looking it up. I'm in the middle of being shot on a lunar surface. But Cosmos 482 is something that I
It's a
bet
Russian
you.
satellite.
Yeah, that's what you can look up. Can you look it up for us or no? Please, Brad? I'm curious. I can't look it up. I'm too busy trying to shoot Alex. Oh, Alex is dead. Oh, I'm dead. Like, I'm trying to survive for 3 minutes on here. Is it big, Red Dog? Man?
Cosmos 42, launched in 1972, was an attempted Venus probe which failed to escape low Earth orbit. It is expected to crash back to Earth sometime around May 9th to 10th, 2025.
Wow, they were pretty... When did they know that?
Well, that's the cool thing about science is that if you get good at it, you can predict things like that.
So have they known about it for 30 years? And we are, oh wait, 40. Oh god, don't remind us how old that long ago that was.
It's been 53 years.
Fuck off already.
It's 2025.
Shut up. Anyway, nobody cares.
What year is it?
Red Dog says, and we don't know where, but its trajectory is over Toronto and upstate New York. Shout out to Yo11 and ourselves in Toronto. It's about 1,000 pounds. Wait, I don't want it to drop in front of the building then. Now I'll create a crater, I'm sure.
Its landing module, which weighs 495 kilograms or 1,091 pounds, is highly likely to reach the surface of the Earth in one piece. It was designed to withstand 300 Gs of acceleration and 100 atmospheres of pressure.
So one piece of
cool.
1,000 pounds?
I like that.
He likes
That's
your news,
cool.
Red Dog. I don't know where.
did
Hopefully,
not know
it'll
about
land
that.
in
Thank
the
you.
water. Are they trying to figure out, like, get it to land somewhere specific, or is it just going to land where it lands?
Okay, so its first thing is, like he mentioned, if it was going to Venus, it was specifically designed to deal with Venus's horribly insidious atmosphere and the crushing atmospheric pressure. So we kind of built a space tank and fucked up, and now it's going to land on us.
Whoopsie.
If it was going to the moon, it would be this frail little piece of shit that would probably, the atmosphere would burn up no problem. But because we designed it for Venus, it's extremely
Oh no!
durable.
And it messed up. It's uncontrolled, says Red Dog.
And
Oh
then
God!
the thing that you brought up with the whole, have we done anything to kind of intercept it? No, because remember all those movies like Deep
Yeah,
Impact and Armageddon, where we're like, we should have thought about some way to do this. We still fucking haven't figured out anything about defending
This
Earth
is
from.
bad. Somebody's gonna die
So
from that. Some people are gonna. Maybe what? Maybe we
it'll
should
hit
work
a
on
city, and then the world will unite in some sort of global defense network.
that. Yeah, maybe it'll hit Toronto. Maybe it'll be like I finally go outside again. I'm like enjoying the cherry blossoms.
This is what happens when you go outside.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen when I go outside. We don't have an ocean here. We have a lake, though. Red Dog says it's uncontrolled. Yay, space news. We don't know where. We only know its global trajectory. Odds are it will hit the ocean. It won't hit the ocean if it's headed for Toronto. It'll hit Lake Ontario.
But if it's headed over Toronto, New York, it'll go to it'll land at the Atlantic Ocean somewhere.
Well, that'd be great. That'd be better than it landing. You know, like here I am. I'm outside, everyone. I'm looking at the pretty cherry blossoms, and like a freaking 1,000-pound thing crushes me and all the trees and other people, and that's horrifying to think about. Let's hope it hits ocean. What are the odds, though, that it'll hit the ocean? Look up the map. Red Dog says, look up the map of its trajectory, Brad. Red Dog is like, please. Are you on it? Are you on it?
Yeah, because when you type in Cosmos 482 into Google, there's, do you want tracking, reentry map, reentry tracker?
Yeah, okay, so reentry tracker, what's going on?
So, like NASA and the ESA and the Russian Space Agency and JAXA and other like government agencies that have telescopes and probes that can actually see into orbit and track this sort of shit, and the military, which they kind of wanted to know when nuclear missiles were shooting at them. they can probably look at this thing and guess where and when it's going to land. That's why they have Toronto, upstate New York on a specific day already kind of pinned down.
What day? What day?
May 9th and 10th.
Make sure to go outside on May 9th and 10th. Got it. So I can up my chances of being out of here. 9 or 10. Got it. That's a Friday or a Saturday. A lot of people are going to be out there.
With an orbital inclination of 51.95 degrees, the re-entry can occur anywhere between latitude 52 north and 52 south. So that's kind of a parameter of its orbit. It only can land in certain areas, so that makes sense. And from our current modeling, see below, the re-entry should happen near May 10th, but this is dependent on how solar activity develops in the coming 2 weeks. Give or take a few days. The uncertainty in the re-entry date will decrease once we get closer to the actual re-entry. Okay, that makes sense. But even on the day itself, uncertainties will remain large.
Going out, Red Dog says, going out via crashing satellite would be dope. Fingers crossed it does hit the ocean, says Stingaman. Yeah. Don't want anybody dying by satellite.
If anyone remembers the show Dead Like Me, that's how the main character got killed. She got hit by a piece of, I think it was a toilet seat hit her, but it fell out of a space station.
Oh, yeah. I didn't remember that.
And she becomes a Grim Reaper, basically. That's the premise of the show.
There you go. And other facts. There you go.
Click diagram to enlarge. Enhance.
Enhance.
So what the hell is this shit? Altitude kilometers. Oh, it's a map over its altitude over the past 50 years.
Oh.
So its orbit has been decaying basically ever since they knew they fucked up the launch. So in 1990, it was 7,000 kilometers up. And they're like, yeah, whatever, we'll deal with that in fucking 10 or 30 years. Who gives a shit?
But they never did, and now look at us.
It is now. The future is now. Like I said, they don't have any way to realistically shoot this down.
So
even in like some kind of reckless, just nuke it. We've never kind of thought about how to shoot stuff down that's coming at Earth like this. See that re-entry forecast evolution for Cosmos 482. Date times in UTC. Okay, that's today.
For this week, summer is about 7 weeks away, but the summer triangle is beginning to make its appearance in the east, one star after another.
Yeah, summer triangle, woo!
The first of you is Vega.
What are the 3 stars in the summer triangle series?
Vega, Deneb, and Altair?
Yes.
Yeah, I wish I knew
that. Are the
that.
Constellations?
I don't know. I don't know. 88? I haven't made you tell me what they are.
Lyra, Cygnus, and what's the other one?
I don't know.
Altair?
Yeah, Altair. I don't know. Don't quiz me.
Your 12 points have been rescinded.
I don't think so. Anyway, what else was going to happen? It doesn't mention the satellite that could kill us for some reason. After dark, the moon will be under the sickle of Leo. That sounds so great. Anyway, there's a meteor shower coming up on the 4th.
What's the name of it?
The Eta Aquarid meteor shower? I don't know. We won't be able to see it.
Meteor showers are named after the point
Aquarius,
in the sky.
at the head of Aquarius, the water Zoroaster.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
The Eta Aquarius makes sense for it to be coming from Aquarius.
Wednesday, May 7th, a gigantic asterism you may not know about is the Great Diamond. It extends over 5 constellations. It'll stand upright in the southeast to south after dusk on May 7th. And then it tells you a whole bunch of stuff. The spring triangle.
If it extends over 5 constellations, it's not much of an asterism.
Well, I don't know. Oh no.
Well, that's like
Why
What?
aren't they telling us about this satellite in the sky and telescope news? I'd want to know about this satellite coming to kill me. Why aren't they letting me know that? I'm a little
I think Sky and Telescope is more about like astronomical observations and not doom scrolling death satellites.
oh. I mean, that's something kind of important. I mean, I love all the beautiful stuff they're letting me know about, but I'd like to know about impending death and
So
doom.
Cosmos 42 has like a small chance of maybe doing damage to something,
Uh-huh.
while at the same time there could be like a killer asteroid that we don't even know about.
Well, there's
So
always hope, guys.
pick your
Don't give
poison.
up hope. Don't give up hope.
Well, you're talking about Sky and Telescope. Why are you talking about the killer space junk? It's like, well, it's not.
Killer space junk.
It's not
On
certain to
next
kill
week's
anybody.
episode, killer space junk.
It's not certain to kill anyone when we have no idea about something that will probably kill us all if it were to hit Earth.
Wait, can we talk about killer space junk one of these episodes?
Yeah.
Space junk.
It's-
Oh wait, pollution in space junk. That should be a topic anyway. Well, Red Dog says he's gotta be right back. I check on his wife, and we're wrapping up anyway. We're wrapping up. We're wrapped up because I don't have any good news. All I know is that we're gonna die or something. So that's great to know. Just although you got to admit, like, could you imagine your obituary if you did get taken out by space junk? 1,000 pound space junk. Like, woman goes outside for like the fourth time in a year, 2 years, gets killed by space junk. This is why I don't go outside, it says on her.
I mean, we've had whole space stations crash to Earth, and they were like, "Oh, whatever, we'll just land in the ocean. Who gives a shit?"
Don't they usually just land in the ocean?
Because the ocean is most of the planet's surface. Yeah.
Why are they saying Toronto, New York? I mean, we're not the ocean. We're some lake. And there'll be people on the lake. Oh well, it is what it is. Well, on that note, we might die. Have a. What do you want? Thanks for talking.
But only if you live in New York and Toronto, though.
Yeah, which you don't, so lucky you. But I mean, chance of
If
me
you want
going
any hot
outside
vacation tips for next week, don't go to upstate New York.
or go to Toronto for sure and take your chances. It's gonna be great. I am.
I feel like that might be like some clickbaity fear-mongering bullshit that's just being put out in the algorithm.
You think so? I don't know if it's been talked about since the 70s. I mean, like you said,
It
they
hasn't
kind of
been.
just
It happened
figured,
in the 70s, and they didn't give a shit about it.
and
It's
they
like,
were
yeah,
like,
that'll happen in
yeah,
future
exactly.
Earth can worry
That's the
about that shit.
thing. And now future Earth is too busy worrying about real things. So will Brad still host Friday night? Says Stinga Man.
Yeah, I don't live in Toronto, so
Yeah.
the satellite totally won't kill me.
If I die, I don't think he gets access to my channel. We're not that close yet.
You're not going to get killed by a
I
satellite.
could though. They have a good question. Like, if I'm dead, like, how will this go on? I guess he'll have to make his own YouTube channel in my memory and make a lot of money. You know, not in my memory, but make it, you know, because that's what I would have wanted him to do. And he'll like start a successful channel that you guys will want to support because it's just Brad, and he'll make a lot of money and he'll get really rich really quick, and I'll be dead. There you go, Brad. I forgot your whole. You've already got a
I'm
future
going to start
without
a
me.
YouTube channel called Cosmos 482.
Yeah, in memory of
The
Oh No
satellite that
Series.
started it all.
She was called. She wasn't called Oh No Series for no reason. Will Brad still host? I didn't even know Brad was hosting. Is Brad hosting? He's co-hosting. I mean, if he was hosting, then he'd be the one having to stress, like, asking questions. He's the answerer of the questions. He's the...
Yeah, I'm like the guest speaker.
No, you're the co. Because you carry the show, but... I don't know. I don't know how it works. Guest speaker? a reoccurring guest speaker. That's
Yeah.
the every week guest speaker. I don't think that makes you a guest. If you have somebody's place
Well, it's
every
not my channel. I don't
Friday,
live here.
yeah, you
I
don't
just keep
live
coming
here.
back every week.
Isn't that great? He doesn't live here. He just keeps coming by. I'm glad he does. Uh, that's really nice. Thanks for doing that. Appreciate that. Okay, so thanks for watching. Still don't have a good way to say goodbye. I'm just gonna stand in this bush right here. Any thoughts? Any thoughts, Brad, before we go? Stay safe out there. Don't get
Yeah.
killed by a
Try not
thousand
to get
flies.
hit by any. I mean, if it won't happen till next Friday or Saturday,
Oh, then we'll
it
be
might not
on
have happened
again.
by the. Yeah, we'll probably we are likely to have another episode before it even happens.
Unless I'm dead. Unless I went outside that Friday and I
I mean,
die.
if you want to think about things that are extraordinarily unlikely, you
Yeah,
get food poisoning instead.
sounds
You get hit by a car by
extraordinarily
then.
unlikely that I'll go outside. He's a correspondent from the moon. Oh, the man in the moon. If the man in the moon was
Reporting
Brad,
live
we'd
from the
be.
moon.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be great?
Maybe someday.
Yeah, he's hoping to get as far away from as possible, I'm sure. I don't think he'll be on the moon, though. I mean, unless you have
Not with
that
that
dream.
attitude.
You know that? We still have a week heads up for next weekend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that could be next week's news still. I mean, you never know. We could remind people of the
Well, like
impending doom.
the article says, and it's correct in saying the closer it gets to the impact date, the better we'll have an idea of exactly where and when it's going to land.
Well, I'd be messed up enough that I probably would go outside if it was like, and it's gonna drop right over where I live. I'd be like, oh, hell yeah, I gotta get out there. And just a chance it could happen. Think of the photos. The live stream
Yeah,
it.
go out and get killed by a space debris for the gram. Do it.
Do it for the gram. Nobody says do it for the gram anymore, Brad. Nobody says
Old
that
people
anymore.
do.
Old people do. It's true. It's true. Okay.
Sorry, how is this the gram again? Oh yeah, right.
Oh my god, do you know that YouTube is 20 years old?
Yeah. The internet was so much better before it was around. That's right, YouTube. You can hear me.
You're on YouTube right now. Look,
It's better
YouTube,
before you were here.
he don't really, he doesn't really think that because he watches shows on YouTube, like funny stuff.
It's because
that
you have a
makes him happy,
stranglehold on so much media.
but he
I watch
enjoys
stuff
it.
I watch stuff on Dailymotion if I can.
What's Daily Lotion?
Daily Lotion? I don't know what that is. That sounds like something different.
What are you talking about? What is Daily Lotion?
Daily Motion is what I said. That's
What
a
is
different.
Daily Lotion?
It's a different video hosting site.
But Daily Lotion.
Hey YouTube, you're not the only show in town.
Yes, they
YouTube.
are. Nobody knows what Daily Motion is. Daily Lotion. Oh god, that sounds like a porn site. Is there a porn site
I don't know.
called
You said
Daily...
it.
Is there
Maybe.
a porn site called Daily Lotion? I need to know.
Comment below if you whack it to Daily Lotion.
Daily Lotion sounds like a premium service. Says Stingaman. No, it's probably one that's still free, but has a lot of ads on it. Like a lot of ads. An ad before each video. Like 20 seconds ads. And
Yeah, like YouTube tries to do.
no, but
Maybe
like
I'm sure there might be an OnlyFans called Daily Lotion. Actually, maybe.
tentacle porn would be on Daily Lotion for sure.
What are the words for this?
Okay, well, thanks for going way off track on the discuss black holes. But we did discuss them, guys, so if you end up listening to this playback, just know that if you're suffering through the first part and you got this far, aren't you happy that you made it this far? Thanks for listening.
Stick around for a secret post-credit scene.
That wish. And it's like, Oh my God, it's Robert Downey Jr. having
Hey, I'm still here.
shawarma.
Nothing's happening.
Wouldn't that be great? Oh my God, can you imagine though if like
Yeah.
he was having
A
shawarma?
future episode featuring Robert Downey Jr.
Oh my God, could you wait? Could you
We
imagine
could
if Bill
dream.
Nye or somebody wanted to come on our show and like correct everything we got wrong? No, I mean like um Neil deGrasse Tyson. They just wanted to like hang out on our show to talk about space with us. We're like, you
That'd be
know
pretty
what?
sweet.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Yeah.
It's been very interesting since Stingaman. Thanks, guys. Have a great week, Brad. They tell you to have a great week. It's not, maybe I'm going to show up
Yeah.
once a week so that
Hey,
I'll
serious.
get,
Try not to get killed by a satellite. Brad, you have a good week.
yeah, 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 basically.
The chat
Okay,
was fun tonight. We
yeah,
did talk a lot about it. Like, there was good input. I like it.
yeah, there you go.
The destruction of information and
Yeah,
a bunch
right.
of other
That
random
that
stuff.
was cool. I didn't mean to seem dismissive of it. I got what you're picking up, and I kind of like the idea. And why not? There you go. Thanks, Red Dog. Thanks, Singman. Thanks, everybody that came by. Thanks, Bruce, if you're listening to this later, for also your input,
Thanks,
and
everybody.
Toru and everybody. And thanks, Brad, for being a guest. That's weird to call you that. You're more than a guest. You're the show. Okay, bye.
I'll be back next week. I don't have anywhere else to go.
Bye. See.